Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, we got you. Welcome from my side, Graham Richards.
Hi, I'm Carl Wasty, and we are ready for you. Honestly, we are ready. We're ready for an entire World Cup of TV with you today.
Oh, my word. Can you believe? Yes, it starts today. 8 weeks of rugby action, unlike any we have seen before. I think this is going to break all barriers, all records. It's going to be amazing. But, of course, we get to start all the action right here. And if you're unsure what to do this weekend, don't worry, we got you covered. We've got a show that is jam-packed. We've got a gig guide across the country. We'll let you know where it's going down.
Yeah, you know, the hot spots to watch the game are quite important. We're going to give you all of those. Plus, we even got theatre productions coming your way and movies. We've got you all sorted out when it comes to entertainment. So I feel like you need to sign the contract to get the TV, all right? I know TV rights are tight today because, you know, you've got entertainment, but then you also have rugby. So what are you going to choose?
Start bartering now. Just wake up and deliver a cup of coffee and breakfast in bed. Do whatever you need to do. We're going to be joined by a couple of players to really put us into the picture, and two of my favorites. Professionals, rugby players who have done so much for this country. Juan de Jong is back in our studio, and Rudy Page is here. Two incredible players who I'm sure are feeling even more buzzed than we are
Of course, man. I mean, they've donned all the colours, so they know exactly what it's feeling right at the moment. So, entertaining us this morning is also Afro-Euro folk legend Nibs van der Spey, and he's brought along a friend in at Cawthon Blazeby that's going to be entertaining you. So look at those two individuals ready for action. I'm feeling good to go. I'm not sure about you, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready.
I feel ready. Now, all we need, okay, to just get us going, just moving, is possibly the fastest man, well, definitely in our studio, but maybe ever on sand. Good morning, Mr. Waldemorne.
Good morning, gentlemen. Yes, it's Friday. It's time to celebrate. Bring out the shimmy shake and let's get this energy going. And it's time to chat to you, Mzansi. Find out if you can give us some tips, serve us for the weekend, and especially seeing the Rugby World Cup is right here. It's around the corner. It is upon us. So the question we're asking you this morning is, where is your favorite spot to watch the game, all right? So let us know. Is it at your house? Are you sending us an invite? Is there a special place that we should all meet up, have some cheers and get together and watch the game? Come through with some plugs. Come through with some cool ideas on where we can watch the game, because it's time to bring the cheers. Yes, the World Cup is here. So let us know. Use the number 634088863. But for now, though, it's time to kick off official duties, and we'll dive into that conversation in just a bit.
Lots of energy, but of course, lots of formality as well when bringing you the news in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's start off with good news for the South African public ahead of the Rugby World Cup, which starts this evening. This after the SABC was granted sub-licensed broadcast rights by MultiChoice for the Rugby World Cup. It was initially reported that the public broadcaster wouldn't be able to show the matches on its channels following a disagreement with SuperSport over payment terms, but yesterday it was announced that 16 matches would be broadcast by the SABC, as well as the opening ceremony and the opening match between France and New Zealand this evening. That's right, get the contract signed. Your TV will feature the Rugby World Cup on SABC. Now, moving along, tributes are pouring in following the death in Cape Town of 92-year-old Raymond Ackerman, founder of Pick n Pay. He is especially praised for his role in the apartheid era, during which he actively advocated for fair treatment of all employees. Business Unity South Africa says the late business icon's legacy and commitment to championing consumer rights and promoting inclusivity set a benchmark. CEO Cass Kovadia said Ackerman's journey in the South African business sector had left an indelible mark. Ackerman received 7 honorary doctor degrees from local and international universities, and of course he will be missed. On to international news. A representative of the United Nations, Abdou Abari, has told Gabon's military leader that the UN is ready to support the country in its transition to constitutional order. Army officers seized power in late August and declared election results invalid shortly after President Ali Bongo had been re-elected. Bongo had been in power since 2009, since taking over from his father Omar Bongo, who was president for 42 years. General Bryson Nguema was inaugurated as interim president on Monday and promised that a free and fair election would soon take place. Now, Japan launched a lunar exploration spacecraft yesterday aboard homegrown H-IIA rocket, hoping to become the world's 5th country to land on the moon early next year. The Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency said the rocket took off from the Tanegashima Space Center in southern Japan, as planned, and successfully released the Smart Lander Slim to investigating the moon. Dubbed the Moon Sniper, Japan's aims to land Slim within 100 meters of of its target site on the lunar surface. The $100 million mission is expected to start at the landing in February. With tourism months due soon, the Western Cape Tourism Department has chosen Plettenberg Bay, one of only 7 worldwide World Whale Heritage sites, as focal point to emphasize the role of tourism in the province. The town's recognition stems from its commitment to support rich marine biodiversity and ocean wildlife. Annually, various whale species migrate to Plet's warm waters to give birth. Humpback, southern right brides, and killer whales have all been spotted in that particular bay. And as the whale season in Plet nears its end, these magnificent creatures will continue nurturing their calves before embarking on their migration back to the icy waters of the Antarctic. And that is it from News for Now. There's another update for you in 1 hour, as always. But of course, an exciting sporting weekend ahead. There's only one man that can bring it to you. Here's Graham.
Thank you so much, Carl. Let's start with the bad news first. The Proteas missed a golden opportunity to draw first blood as Australia go 1-up in the series. That was after winning by 3 wickets in Bloem yesterday. So after a courageous knock of 114 from Themba Bavuma and scalps across the South African bowling attack, the Proteas will be kicking themselves for not closing out the Aussie tail. In particular, Kagiso Rabada looking dialed in and menacingly quick. So much so that Cameron Green had to be substituted out for concussion. And that was notable because it brought in super sub and man of the match, Marnus Labuschagne, whose supremely well-constructed, unbeaten 80, very much under pressure, anchored the pivotal partnership with Ashton Agar, just shy of his half-century to see the Australians over the line and back on top of the world. Yes, literally in the #1 ranking again. The Proteas will look to even the score tomorrow when the two lock horns once again in Bloem. Now, turning to the US Open, it seems a mysterious virus with symptoms much like those of COVID-19 has been sweeping through Flushing Meadows, affecting now a number of players with a range of ailments, including a sense of exhaustion, a fever, and nausea. Now, many are obviously pointing towards the Parola variant of corona on the rise in the United States, recently affecting First Lady Jill Biden. And the first player to fall victim to this mysterious virus was Dominic Thiem, who had to retire against Ben Shelton. He was soon followed by Christopher Eubanks, Emil Roosevelt, Herbert Hurkacz, and Onsia Buur. And in fact, she was quoted as saying she felt like a zombie during the match that she lost against China's Zheng Qinwan. So on the courts last night, action aplenty despite what was going on off it. Kako Gauff defeated Chechenian Karolina Muchova. And of course, we are hoping to see an all-American final as Madison Keys is looking to get one over Arina Sabalenka. Then of course, in the men's semis, Novak Djokovic bidding for a record equaling 24th major title saw off young American Ben Shelton and now awaits the winner of tonight's clash between Carlos Alcaraz and Daniil Medvedev. And on to the Rugby World Cup. It is here tonight at 9:15. France ranked #3 and the All Blacks, New Zealand, and ranked #4 at the moment, will officially kick off 8 weeks of rugby action. Yep, 8 weeks. You're going to need to sign that contract for that TV tonight and make sure you cover the full distance. Now, of course, under Fabien Gauthier, and led by one of the best in the trade, Antoine Dupont, the French will know what is expected in front of their home crowds, but also what's possible, having beaten all of the big guns of world rugby in Paris over the past 2 years. There is belief, but of course they face the All Blacks looking to send a very clear message after having their worst defeat in history inflicted by the Springboks just a fortnight ago. And they would know all too well that this may well be the most important pool game of the tournament. And of course, with talismanic captain Siya Kolisi miraculously back to full fitness, having led the Boks through 2 record-breaking wins in the build-up, the Springboks begin their campaign against the 5th-ranked Scottish side at 6:15 on Sunday. And we brought in the big guns to get into the rugby action in just a moment, so you can pause that conversation as we take in the weekend weather.
Thank you so much, G-Man, for all of that. Yes, we'll dive into it in the next hour. But first up for this morning's edition of The Weather is weather news. Now, most parts of South Africa can expect fine and warm conditions today, but the SA Weather Service has warned that extremely high fire danger conditions are expected over the Beaufort West municipality of the Western Cape, the Alfred Nzu and the OR Tambo district municipalities. Now, on top of this, also the Mbashe and Raymond Mhlaba local municipalities of the Eastern Cape can be affected too. Now, similar conditions are also expected over the eastern parts of the Northern Cape, the western and southern parts of the Northwest, as well as the western parts of the Free State. Now, meanwhile, firefighters in Tubatse, now this is in the Sekhukhune district municipality in Limpopo, have downed tools after not receiving their salaries for 2 months. Now, the Tubatse fire station serves Burgersfort, Ohrigstad town, and some 50 villages. And the municipality says it will comment after investigating the matter. Well, from our weather news, let's dive into those temperatures and see what you can expect on your side of town. And starting off in Polokwane. Now, it looks like lots of heat coming through from 10. You move up to a max of 30 degrees. Mobela sees today starting at 15 up to 31. We've got Pretoria starting at a low of 12 up to a nice warm 30 degrees. In Johannesburg, very similar sunny conditions from 11 up to a high of 28 degrees Celsius. Over in Mahikeng, it looks like the heat continues from 12. You move up to a high of 33 degrees. Klerksdorp sees today starting at a low of 8 up to a nice warm 32. Kimberley, very similar conditions from 8. You move up to 30 degrees Celsius. And Bloemfontein, a chilly start of 0 degrees, but up to a nice warm 29 to max out your day. Around the coast and over to Richards Bay, it looks like the sunny skies continue from 18. You move up to 31 degrees. Pietermaritzburg, very similar conditions from 13 up to a nice warm 31. Durban, 17 to start today up to a beautiful 31 degrees. And Mthatha, much the same from 8. You move up to 33 degrees for your maximum. Carrying on around the coast now and over to East London, it looks like these sunny skies continue. From 15, you move up to 24 degrees. 10 is your low in Cranach, up to a nice warm 31. GQ Gqeberha, 9 is your low, up to 21 degrees. And George, very similar, from 9 up to a high of 21 degrees. It does look like the mother city brings a little bit of a cooler condition and no rain at least, so sunny skies continue from 11 up to 17 degrees. Worcester, much the same, from 13 up to 27. And Sutherland, 12 is your low, up to 24, with Uppington coming in last, 13 up to 34 degrees Celsius. Oh, it looks like sunny skies all around Mzansi, but let's see what those views look like this morning. And we're starting off with Cherie, showing off an early morning view of the white fluffy clouds. I absolutely love this. This one's from Kimberley, showing the promise of the day. And then we've got Priyanka up next, and this was taken in the parking lot, showing a pretty view of the sky slowly changing, and I absolutely love it. The colors coming through from KZN. You can see the stadium in the background there too. I absolutely love it. We've got Hansi up next in Vredendorp, bringing us real orange hues brightening up the sky. Oh, a powerful image, a real one nonetheless, and I absolutely love it. And then we've got Louis in Oakdean, walking the dogs, enjoying nature's real blessings. And look at this picturesque moment. I hope you got to bask in all of this magic, and I hope you can share some more of these pictures again in the next hour. Mzansi, it's 0634088863. And speaking of the next hour, what can we expect?
Well, you can expect a lot of theatre here on your Feel Good Breakfast show with Dupree Strauss's production of My Dreamland. For you, to be or not to be, that is the question.
It's not the question, dude. The question is, are we going to win the World Cup?
We are going to win the World
Spoken about
Cup,
this about 10 times now.
Yeah.
There's only 2 men that can make, well, a good attempt at answering that question for us, and they're 2 of the fastest, quickest, and most beguiling players to ever touch a rugby ball. Rudy Page and Juan de Jong are here. We're going to talk rugger after this.
Just when you've got a spring in your step, the last thing you need are allergies cramping your style.
But that's history with Allergex Non-Drowsy and Expresso's Springtime competition.
This month, stand a chance to win cash prizes of 5,000 Rand each when you answer the weekly question on Expresso's Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages, and include hashtag AllergexND in your answer.
T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All right, welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You know that it's Friday. Don't forget it's Friday. And also, it's a big day today because, I mean, you just heard that SABC, we got the rights to show you some of the Rugby World Cup action. It's so exciting. It really is.
On the 11th hour as
Yeah.
well. I love how they roll. Sure, just push us there. Take us to that mark. But it means that, yes, we have an opportunity to watch the Rugby World Cup. And, of course, you need some mates around you. So we thought we'd give you a little bit of a mini gig guide, some places that have stood out within the social scene.
Yeah.
Maybe we've got a great endorsement from a mate. However, we found our way to these cool spots. They're a great setting. So let's start for the Cape Tonians. A great family spot is the Toad in Noordhoek. The setting is absolutely beautiful. It's owned by former Springbok player Bobby Skinstad, so he knows the vibe and how to create the right kind of ambience. Great sports bar, restaurant made for rugby fans. I could just leave it there.
Yeah,
It is
definitely.
going to be amazing. It has 5 screens. You can literally see it from every chair,
Wherever
table,
you
wherever
turn.
you are. You're going to see it, maybe even in stereo like that. It's got a beautiful beer garden and outdoor play space for children because he understands. And they're open daily from 12 p.m. up until 11 p.m. They might push that a little bit later for the later games, I have a feeling, just knowing Bob.
I know they will. That's the Toad. They will definitely push it up. Now, for our Joe Burgers, a good place to watch the matches is at Molly Malone's. That's in Four Ways. It is a classic Irish pub with great food and many plasma screen TVs. And also, remember, the pub will have a meal and drink special. Plus, there will also be hampers to win for guessing the scores. They're open daily from 11 a.m. to 12 a.m., so they know exactly how to party there if you want to go check it out. Joe Burgers, that's the place to be.
And there'll be baskets. There'll be baskets of wings
know.
and baskets of samosas
Oh,
and baskets
come on.
of little chipolatas. There'll be baskets, man. We're here for that. Then let's move down to Durbs. And the place to be is Harry James Food and Cocktail Bar in Umhlanga. I would imagine Umhlanga's going to be pumping just for the next 8 weeks as a standard. But they've got an extended deck, 250 extra seats because they know what's coming, a huge LED screen, and a new additional bar. They are prepped. They are ready for the first game, and they're going all out for us to back the Bokke. They are open Tuesday to Sunday from 12 p.m. Too late. Okay, as late as we need.
Oh, yeah.
And on Sundays, families with children are also welcome to increase the gees just a little bit more.
And let's go to the Pretoria because one of the best spots to catch the rugby and also catch a stunning view. You should cruise over to the View Rooftop Bar. They'll be screening all the Springbok games and serving their signature sushi and pizzas. They are open from Wednesday to Sunday from 12:30 p.m. to 11 p.m., except for Sundays when they close at 7 p.m. But of course, this Sunday, I know that'll change. When we know that sport unifies us completely, and I think the best view for the rugby is with friends and at the View.
Oh, completely. And some nice bougie food there as well.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
The best place to watch rugby matches in the GQ in Gqeberha is at Barney's Tavern. Never been there, but we've been told it pumps. As well as on the beachfront, they now have a branch in Willow Road, so you're spoiled for choice. And the World Cup, they have put together 5 different fan packages with table bookings as well as rugby specials. That is clever. So you can get a bespoke, a tailor-made experience there, and they're open daily from 8 a.m. if you want to really get prepped up until 12 a.m.
Oh, that's, wow, 8 a.m., my word. Breakfast to dinner and beyond.
Yes, boy.
And I'm also hearing that in many, many cities, you can check out your local shopping mall. There are always going to be big activations over there. But hopefully we gave you some lekker ideas for watching the rugby with friends and family. We always want you to connect with us, please. So wherever you are watching the games as well, give us the scoop. You know our number. We'd love to share this amazing opportunity with everybody around you. Remember, social media at Expresso Show, WhatsApp, easy. 063-408-8863. Go Bokke.
Yeah, plugging you with all things rugby this weekend, and I know there are going to be so many lovers of the game. It's absolutely excited for this weekend, but there's some lovers that are also going to be looking for other things to do, right? So if you are into theater or music, then maybe this one is for you. Now, there's an incredible show that's been brought to life, an animation, child animation that's been brought to life. We got an exclusive interview with this man. He goes by the name of Dupree Strauss, and this is called My Dreamland. Check this exclusive out and check out something that you definitely want to get involved in this weekend.
My name is Dupree Strauss. I'm Associate Music Director and Orchestra Conductor of The Lion King, and have been so for 14 years in 8 countries and counting. And now that I've come home to South Africa, I created dreamland, my own version of Disney that I'm performing around the country. I grew up in Bloemfontein, and my mom realized from an early age that I pressed notes on the piano that sounded great together, so she sent me to the university at the age of 7 to get training on the piano from the best. I think the child inside of me never quite grew up, which is why I probably ended up in Disney. It was never gonna happen any other way. Every time you perform Disney to a live audience, it's somebody's first time, and you know it's life-changing. The structure with which I perform Dreamland is that I don't sing. There's only piano versions of these songs strung together with storytelling. And the magic of the hero's journey as an ongoing theme throughout the show is that I can tell 7 different Disney stories as if they happen at the very same time. Yes, there can be miracles when you believe. Listen in this music to how heavy the Hebrews' hearts are as they tread through the dusty desert to an unknown future. I have had the most wonderful reviews I've ever had for any show on Dreamland since I started it. So I wanted to bring my own renditions of these songs and my own versions of these stories to people from a point of view of what they have meant to me over the years, what I have seen around the world, what these stories and this music have meant to other people. And I wanted to give stripped down versions of the music without any lyrics, any pictures, because people all know these songs, but they know it only in the version of seeing the pictures and listening to the words. I take all of this away and do it only on piano. So throughout the Dreamland show, I often draw the attention of the audience towards, now listen out for this piece in the music and find with your own ear how you can hear that the music itself is telling the story without words or without pictures. And that is a magical new way for people to experience the Disney content, and that's probably why the reviews have been so extraordinary. I think if you want to see Disney in a new way that you've never even realized is possible because you think you know Disney so well, you gotta come to Dreamland. You simply will not believe what lies under the surface of Disney music and stories that you've never even imagined could be possible.
That is just wholesome stuff. What a feast of musical classics, all the way from Disney, yes. And the Musical Maestro concludes his show this weekend, so what are you waiting for? September the 10th is the finale, so you definitely want to get those tickets.
And we just decided to get like most of the fittest guys that we know in Cape Town all together in one room. We are here for that John de Jong, Rudy Page. I'm sure they're probably feeling the gears ahead of the World Cup even more than me, and we're going to connect to them. And of course, we're going to make you work out this morning. Are you ready for that? Maybe. One of you is going to have to work out. They're going to toss a coin or maybe do a little mini scrum right now. Yes, we are getting moving ahead of the World Cup. We'll see you now.
Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso Breakfast Show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While the Boks are battling for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 rands worth of Weber Prize. So engage and win with rugby's greatest moments, brought to you with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The Rugby World Cup 2023 is upon us, and it doesn't get much bigger than this year. Khaleesi and the Springboks will look to defend their title as world champions when they open their campaign against Scotland on Sunday. And then there is, of course, the small matter of the opener between the All Blacks and host France in Paris. It's going to be massive. And here to chat about the Rugby World Cup, the impending 8 weeks of action in France, two of my absolute favorites and two of the best, really, Juan de Jong and Rudy Page. Take it on board, man. I'm telling you, as a scrum half, you introduced a new era of scrum half rugby, man. You've done it. I'm just dying to know who's the quicker. Boys, I've got to ask straight off the bat, how are you doing? It's been a while since we've connected. Juan,
Yes, I'm all good. It's Black Friday now. It's exciting times. We've been waiting for this for a very long time, but yeah, very excited.
I often wonder how you guys divorce yourself from the mainstream when you are so emotionally invested in this team. If I feel it, I don't know how you guys handle a loss or handle the build-up. It's here. We're going to open with a massive one tonight. France hosting the All Blacks. As much as I want to believe this All Black side is going to come out and absolutely destroy after what happened a fortnight ago, this French side have proven in Paris, beating everybody, that they can do it. How are you wrapping your head, your heart around this one?
I've actually been quite confident, to be totally honest with you,
Really?
that it's not going to be the host nation that's going to be victorious tonight.
We're debating this.
We've been debating this for a very long time.
Why do you say that? Missing Intermac, massive part of their plan.
I think they've got a few injuries that's obviously going to hurt them. And for me, it's the atmosphere, they're hosting the game, the hype around them.
Too much.
I personally think it's going to be too much, and I think that game in Twickenham, that the Boks obviously, I want to use the word humiliated the All Blacks. I think that's going to just spur them on to be extremely good tonight. So my gut feeling and all my intuition is telling me the All Blacks are going to be up for it, and they're going to get one over the Frenchies in that first game.
The flair, the je ne sais quoi.
That's what I think. I think it's going to, blood's going to be singing all day. And you know the history between France and New Zealand. France have beaten New Zealand in 2007.
They've got their number in these.
They've got their numbers in, especially Rugby World Cups, and they're under pressure. Obviously, they're losing a couple of guys like Intermac and Dante with injury, but I think...
Is this the most important pool game? All due respect to the other teams, but this kind of lays down the marker. Could this be the most important?
It does. It's similar to South Africa against New Zealand in 2019.
Yes.
I mean, both teams is gonna go to the quarterfinals, but it's an important game just to make sure that you put yourself out there and show the other countries. Eh?
Yeah, we'll send a message to the South African press, I think, more than anything else. We've got, obviously, the Irish dominating world rugby at the moment, but a lot of questions around all of the rankings, to be quite honest. And I'll say that from a South African perspective as well, where it just feels a little bit strange. Maybe this World Cup, we need it to sort things out. Are Ireland the best rugby nation in the world right now? Do they have the chops to take it?
I think I'm going to say no. I think, and it's not biased, it's just for me, the eye test. I'm going to go with the Springboks. I think we honestly got everything. We tick all the boxes. Our preparation has been awesome. We know what we do, and we know what we do well. So I think for me, I know the rankings is saying something completely different. I'm going to back the Springboks and saying I think we're number one going into this World Cup.
For sure, there is expectation on our shoulders, but it doesn't seem like an unrealistic or a sensationalized expectation. It's on the back of two amazing performances, testing the depth of a squad. What Damian Willems, I have a feeling he's going to do something special. I'm so glad he got that man of the match in that performance against the All Blacks for his sake.
Yeah.
What do we need to do as a Springbok side to mount a successful campaign in the World Cup? Because it often hinges on a loss, gives you the fire to get through. Is it a dominating win against the minnows? And we've got a couple of those that could spoil the party in our pool. Tonga just makes me nervous for some reason. How are you feeling about what the Springboks need to do in this campaign?
I mean, leading up to the Rugby World Cup, they've been in incredible form. That's from individuals, that's from the team as well. We're obviously in the pool of death. Sometimes we call it the pool of water with Tonga. You know, those foreigners that went back to their home country, Malakai Fikitoa, Israel Folau that's actually injured. There's a lot of All Blacks that's playing for Tonga, so that's going to be a tough game for our last one. But it's important for us to start well. This Sunday, very important against Scotland. If we get this ball rolling, get our W against Scotland, and then we got a little bit of, up and down against Ireland.
You know, we've heard it said so many times. We know what South Africa is going to do, but it's stopping them from doing that is the big question. Is there a team out there? Because even the All Blacks, I mean, granted, we went all in with 7 forwards. with the mentality, with the games that Jacques and Rassie have been playing, and I know you guys have probably bounced this around for hours on the podcast and talking about it, I feel like for once we are kind of winning the psychological game, which is not a very South African thing. Normally the Aussies and the All Blacks have us, the English press has us. It feels like we're starting this one on the right mental note.
I think we're probably trending and we're the innovators currently, which I honestly love. I think the 7-1 split that Rassie brought in got the world into flippant chaos, which I love. I love the fact that South Africa is innovating the game.
And Eddie Jones was like, that's beautiful. I love that.
We're setting the trends, which is so cool to see from a rugby's perspective. I think for so long we were kind of following the rest of the world, and now the tables have turned and we're setting the trends. And we're showing the world how to do it.
They're going to be kicks.
Yes.
There'll be lots and lots of box kicks, and we love it. The boys aren't going anywhere. Raul is ready to do a little bit of a workout as well with them, but we are feeling the gears. We're healing the gears this morning. So get that Bok jersey on. Show us your Bok gears. It's a Bok Friday, and the World Cup begins tonight.
It does indeed, but where are you going to watch it? That's the big question, and that's what we asked you on social media, 063-408-8863. In fact, a couple of messages coming through on the socials. Definitely, I'm in my lounge with my biggest captain, painting a true legend and inspiration person. Go Booker, go Sia Khaleesi. That's Mark Gavin. Look at that. That's the painting right there of Sia, as well as the dog. Somebody call the Khaleesi. They are going to have a good party tonight. Now, of course, Theresho is saying this at the nearest bar while having some champion beep, 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 because you can't mention that in the morning, but I know what you're saying, never fear. Then Brendan saying, watching from home. A lot of people watching from home. I think it's because no one can hear you shouting from there. And Taryn Kelly Hendricks saying, definitely from home. Nikiwe saying, good morning, fam. I'll be watching at home. It seems to be a trend over here of watching at home. But however, if you find a good spot where we can share the gees and the South African patriotism in one spot, please share 063-408-8863. And thank you for watching us. We're going to bring you the gees all morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, yes, bringing the gears, of course, as you've just heard. And Rudy and Juan are not going anywhere. Yes, we're going to continue chatting rugby with him. And as you can see, I've gotten changed. I'm ready to get ready. And that's getting warmed up and stretched up for the weekend ahead of the rugby gears. And maybe you can join along too. So get your comfortable clothes on and let's have some fun. We'll see you after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and welcome to an absolute exclusive fitness segment right here on your Feel Good, and it's all about stretching. We've got two professionals in the building, Rudy and Juan de Jong, are joining us once again, diving into the world of flexibility and mobility with one of the sport's finest athletes, right? So this is imperative to understanding why these two gents still look so good after what they've been through, what these bodies have been through. I mean, look at these fine specimens. So clearly, warming up is an important part of longevity, right?
Yes,
Especially considering what you put your bodies through. It's
Yeah, 100%,
insane, the hits at the speed that you run. It's crazy. So firstly, well done for surviving that, guys. Really, that is a testament to clearly the development of the body and what's gone into it. But talk to me about stretching. Why is it so important for you guys?
Yeah, stretching and mobility is very important, especially when it comes to us, because we do a lot of like squat training, a lot of deadlifts and stuff like that. So it's important for us to open up our lower backs, open up our hips, just to make sure to be mobile enough. Because a lot of the time, you think especially those big forwards, you need those guys to be mobile enough, you know, to do the liners, to do the scrums, and all those technical stuff. So yeah, that's.
And I'm just thinking, like, the hits that you make, both of you are speedsters, and it's...
Hits, I don't know about nines. Nines doesn't make hits. At the back of the rack.
The shade is real, okay. All right, well, let's get warmed up. Let's get the fire back on here. What are we starting with, bro?
So we're going to start off to loosen up the lower back first of all.
Nice.
So let's get nice and low. There's a couple of names for it. It's called the dive dog. Okay, so you start like this, try to get your toes nice and flat and even your heels as well.
So really, just by the way, am I supposed to be feeling like tight calves if I drive my heels in? That's what
Yeah. So you can loosen up your calves a little bit, but the most important focus is your lower back.
Lower back,
From there, you dive straight into...
Does that make the noise as well?
Back nice and mobile.
Is the noise
You can
important,
do...
Juan?
So you get the chest a little bit through, lift your head, okay, to get a little bit of neck mobility.
Nice.
Try to turn yourself left and right a little bit.
Oh, yes.
3 or 4 times. Then you go back into the corner.
Come off after 8 years of resting that body, eh?
Yep. So the next one is we're moving straight into the child's pose.
Okay.
So you're going straight, dipping your hips as low as possible, stretching your hands.
Hands as well.
Yeah, stretching your hands, opening up the lats. Important as well.
Opening up right now. It feels like the groin as well. This is a comfortable position you could actually start to like breathe into. Right?
Yeah.
This. I can literally feel the tension kind of just
take a couple of
easing away.
seconds. You can get someone just to press down on your lower back as well to get that extra mobility.
Nice.
Yeah, and from there you move back up again, just to open up that lower back. Then it's thread the needle. Okay, take your right hand, you move in.
Thread the needle.
Thread the needle.
We're sewing now, eh?
Wow.
And then you lower your shoulder a little bit. Yes.
Yes.
Keep it there for like 5 seconds. We move it to the other side.
Wow. Okay.
Are we doing that, Rudy? We're good?
Yes,
Opening up the
I'm
lats.
surviving.
Yeah, to the advanced section of it, you can hold your hand there and you can push it away a little bit.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
You
Proper
anchor-
stretch on that
anchor
shoulder.
your
Yeah,
hand.
the lat.
Skip standard grade, we went straight to it.
Bro, I must imagine, though, this is quite an important time for you guys when you're stretching. You're doing this as a team, right? So you kind of also calibrating on the game that just happened.
100%,
reviewing things, also reflecting at the same time.
It's important, yeah, especially the first session of the day is always your pre-app and your rehab, especially, and your mobility.
Yeah.
Because this is the stuff that, like you said earlier, longevity as well. So yeah, to open up the hips, making sure you're ready for a tough day, because sometimes it can be a tough day for training and stuff.
It's like
and
mental preparation.
Even game day as well, yeah. Especially when you're a 30 club, you must do this every day. Even twice
Every
a day.
day. So this is officially the age where they say use it to lose it, right?
Yeah. Use it or lose it. So the last one, it's called hips 90-90. So this is the scoopes. So you want to loosen up your hip flexors. You want to loosen up your glutes as well. So from here, you just turn your hips to the side.
Okay.
So it's getting that 90 degrees in there.
I've lost some of that.
Couple of seconds on this side.
Rudy's having some issues here, Juan.
Can you go for a couple of...
Some
is he got
issues
issues?
have taken it toll.
Yeah.
But also, this is something that makes me understand why you guys can move so well after you score those tries. This is
100%, yeah.
part of the celebration flexibility as well.
Celebration, or even just stepping. There's a lot of like stepping involved. That you use your hips. You know, you
Hip
need
side lateral movements.
explosive.
Again, even though you are rugby the Stallions, I do believe that any individual at home can benefit from this right now. A lot of guys are having lower back issues sitting at the desk. A lot of guys have tight hips that aren't using them. So I think Mzansi, for anybody right now, this is something you want to do. This is something you could probably incorporate every day. This is going to help every individual, not just these fine specimens out here and all the other rugby players. But man, I'm really enjoying this, feeling a bit of the release, especially this early in the morning.
Yeah.
How's it feeling yourself, bro?
Yeah, this Dutch and Bucky is getting started.
Once you get comfortable there, you can actually go into the advanced step up where you move your hips into it.
Okay, so you're kind of like standing up on that.
Yeah, you sit down and all you do is you just move your hips up.
Ah, okay. Ooh, there we go.
That
All
just gives
right.
you like an extra stretch, especially on your glutes, your
Hey,
flexors.
man, yeah.
Even your keyhole as well.
That is a beautiful feeling, Mzansi, obviously.
Yeah.
This is something you can do at home. So if you've seen any of these moves, try it at home on your own. You can do this every day. Definitely going to undo some of the damage that we do. The impact, sitting all day, crunching over. This is what it's about, bro. Thank you so
100%,
much, man. Gentlemen, it's always an absolute pleasure. Thank you for being the inspiration that you are, to see the energy that you have after all these years. It's definitely something to live up to. And yeah, we'll keep chatting to these gents. But for now, though, what else can we expect on the show?
I've just got to make a request. If anyone went to school with any three of these guys, I want to know what their 100-meter times were in matric. Please, just let me know, okay? I need to know who the fastest man there is. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment we've all been very eagerly waiting for. Rugby season has officially kicked off, and we're about to unveil once again the lucky winners of the truly extraordinary French escapade. Brought to you by Clover. It might well be the best prize I've certainly ever given away.
I love this prize. It's great. I mean, just look at that, and thank you so much for getting involved. So, 5 lucky viewers and their partners pack their bags and are ready to embark on the adventure of a lifetime, traveling to France and watching South Africa versus Scotland this Sunday, plus setting sail from the enchanting Marseille to the paradise of Ibiza. Come on.
It's everything you kind of want out of a dream holiday, all wrapped in one. So let's get that drum roll going and announce those names. I'm going to just do it. A massive congratulations to Manuel McLaren and partner
Jennifer Ephraim!
Yeah! Well done, Jennifer. Michelle Bailey!
Matimba Muchini!
And Sylvia Nkwanika! I hate you all so much right now. I absolutely hate you. You don't understand. This has been a tough one for me.
It's been great,
It's honestly one of the best prizes ever. And from meeting those winners or chatting to them through this journey, so deserving. So well done and enjoy it, man.
Bon voyage. That's all we can say to you. The excitement isn't over yet. Clover are sharing the love far and wide by giving away 80,000 Rand worth of Webbers. Oh, my word. So simply buy one, well, any of their products and keep your till slip handy, and then dial *120 *560# and follow the prompts to enter.
It's that easy. And then keep watching Expresso every day to find out a little bit more. And you can get all those terms and conditions on clover.co.za. But once again, well done to our winners. Heading to France, baby.
Oh, how cool is that? I'm so jealous. But I'm not that jealous because I'm still here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and there's still so much to be excited about. Of course, we're talking about a new comedy show. Yes, same time next year. Definitely something you want to get involved in. And then the one and only Nips van der Spey in the building! And he's brought along one of his special friends with him. Oh, this collaboration hasn't happened in years. And we cannot wait to hear the beautiful sounds that are coming through. So stick around. It's going to get good. Oh, yeah.
Bonjour. If you're as excited about the Rugby World Cup in France as we are, then listen up. Total Energies has an amazing opportunity just for you. You can join the Total Energies Loyalty Club today. Spend 700 Rand or more, then you stand a chance to win double tickets to the highly anticipated South Africa versus Ireland game on the 23rd of September in France. So get down to your nearest Total Energies today to make sure that you do not miss out on the experience of a lifetime. That competition closes on the 15th of July, so get on it. All the T's and C's do apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here in S3, and we have a special treat for you today. As mentioned, it's a massive weekend when it comes to sporting action, but of course, if you are into the arts and culture, we have a fantastic duo of talented individuals, award-winning actor and comedian, also former model. Ellen Committee is here, as well as celebrated stage and TV actress Sharon Spiegel-Wagner is here to ensure that you are entertained. They've teamed up for the romantic comedy stage production, same time next year. This is a Tony Award-winning international hit played by Bernard Slade, set to charm audiences at Theatre on the Bay until the 16th of September. Get ready for a heartwarming and comical chat about friendship and connection, love and growing older, and yes, a little bit of cheating. It's not like that. No, don't worry. We'll explain it. But that's just kind of what it is. I'm setting the tone for you. Sharon Spiegel-Wagner, it's good to have you on the couch.
Hello.
It's really,
I'm so happy to be here.
Fantastic. Alan, it's also nice to have you.
Whatever, Carl.
Yes, that's...
Try and focus on me as well if you can.
I'm sorry. Sharon, just in terms of, for anybody who is just getting introduced to you, because Alan's extremely famous, it's very, very tough to be next to an act like this. So
tell me about
just, you know, carving your way in the entertainment industry when it comes to stage and TV. The journey for you, getting to a point where you are privileged enough to work with Ellen Committee, how have you worked your way to this moment?
I just think it's about sort of just grit, keeping working, making sure that you're doing everything that you need to do.
Yes.
You know, going to all the castings, making sure you're doing your work, you know, being on time. I'm not very eloquent this early in the morning.
It's too early.
Yeah, no,
They haven't switched the cameras on.
Just keep on going, though. You're doing well.
Keep going. But I think it's about knowing your industry. It's about knowing your people, understanding how everything works, and just always just arriving, making sure you do your work. I'm a big hard worker.
She's being very humble here. This is a lady who has carved away not only in film and television, but on stage productions, and I've known her for a number of years. She has taken the Joburg stages by storm, and it's a delight, really it is, to team up with her in a play like this, where you need kind of chemistry and you need to be able to connect with your co-star. This is an actress who understands not only like subtle interpretation, but what that energy is in a comedy between the two actors and the audience.
Yeah.
And I can tell by the chemistry that you've built, even here on the couch, that it's quite important for same time next year, because this follows a relationship between two people, a tryst, so to speak, because they are married people, but they are with each other, let's just say, once a year.
Right.
And I think that that's something so interesting, because it kind of goes outside of our traditional understanding, that society's understanding of what a relationship should be. So the play itself, capture that for us, for anybody who wants to understand same time next year.
Yeah,
What is it all
so
about?
listen, firstly, we must tell you that it's an unbelievably funny comedy. It was written in the late 70s, and when it was written with a comedy or a farce premise, this idea that two people meet for one weekend every year for 25 years. And we as an audience are privy every 5 years to meet them and see how they've grown over those 5 years. When they first met, it was a kind of strange and unusual encounter. And then they connect with each other, not as lovers, but as people and as friends. And this beautiful relationship develops while they are still happily married to their partners. And if that sounds strange to us, that's the comedy premise of it.
Yes. Right.
Our task as actors, and Chris Weir and his direction, our task was to make the audience fall in love with these two characters despite that situation.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to report we've been going now for a week and a half, and it's been an unbelievable response from the audiences, because they've been able to see this play and this situation with a new light. And laugh, but there's a lot of heart in the show as well. And it talks to ideas of friendship and connection. And you know, after 3 years of terrible pandemic, not just here, but around the world, most of us were in that spirit of isolation and disconnection. So how beautiful to be able to come together and see a play that highlights some of those remarkable qualities.
So, Sharon, you played Doris.
Yes.
Right? Tell me a bit about Doris and your character.
Yeah.
And I mean, how much of Sharon and Doris, you know, are they alike in any way? I'm intrigued, because I know that you've got to put a little bit of you into everything you do.
You have to. You can't extract yourself from your character.
That's correct,
That's the thing, because I'm creating her from fresh. She is my interpretation of what the page says. But I think what was great about working with Ellen is that we both sort of complemented each other in just the right spots. So where Doris is strong, you know, George is a little bit weaker. Where Doris is funny, we just managed to fit and sink in really, really well. And Doris, what's great about her, what was tough to do was not to judge her for what she's doing, but rather to just see it for what it was, which was just a wonderful, wonderful connection and a wonderful friendship. And where she is, she's very strong. I've fallen in love with Doris, if I'm being honest. And I just love the way she sees life. And it's that little private moment that she can have with George, this little like bubble that they build together, that she can really express herself in ways that she might not be able to in a different space. And that's how we are. That's how we are as human beings. We're conditioned to behave in a certain way that's safe and polite and, you know, keeping the system going. But George and Doris find a little like oasis, you know?
It's a little enclave of safety and connection.
Exactly.
Which is, again, true of all of us. Sometimes you're closer with some friends than others.
Correct.
With partners, you share some things you don't with, you know, with others. So I think it's a beautifully written, carefully crafted play. It looks like a silly farce on the first reading, and as you play it, my experience, and I think yours as well, Sharon, is that the audience respond to it on all kinds of levels. So that's the delight of it.
We've actually seen a lot of audiences come up to us afterwards and say, sure, I was really taken aback with how emotional I felt about the actual story about these people. So once you pass the situation that they're in, you can actually love the information that they're giving you. And that's wonderful.
Because we are experiencing 25 years of this relationship and as an audience. So just, Alan, in terms of how you've kind of traversed all of these years with this character, I would love to know what year or sort of like period do you think is like the strongest for your character?
So we meet them in 1976 and it goes right through to 2001. And so 76 and 81, we meet them in 86, 91. So the one, you know, I'm an 80s baby.
Oh, yes.
So I was born in 74. 80s was my kind of teenage years. So playing some of that, and there's a couple of references to Dallas, J.R. Ewing.
Oh, nice.
Those kind of things remind me of that mad time growing up, not just in this country, but in that 80s zeitgeist. So listen, 80s will always be a good decade for me.
Yes.
The 90s were fun as well. They're slightly older in the 90s. But the other thing that the show does is we link all the music to it. So there's a lot of great kind of songs from each decade, and we get a sense, and we do a little dance videos in between, which are kind of silly. But you see the dance styles from each of those decades. And all of that kind of speaks to nostalgia. It speaks to silliness, but that, again, that connection that we have, not only to each other as human beings, but through music, through popular culture.
I love the fact that it's going to challenge a lot of norms with regard to relationships, but at the same time, it's not really a challenge. It's just a separate understanding, a parallel universe of understanding that perhaps we need to start bringing into our realities and just being open-minded.
100%. And to remind people again, you're going to laugh hard and you're gonna feel stuff. You're going to feel the feels.
Feel the feels. Same time next year. If you want to go get your tickets, grab them from Web Tickets as soon as possible, and Theatre on the Bay's website. Please go and see it as soon as possible. If you're on Cape Town, it's not to be missed. And also happening in Johannesburg.
Yes, we're on at Montecasino starting in 2 weeks' time, and we'll be there for 3 weeks. So.
Oh, this is brilliant. So please go watch this. You can hear it is going to be a play that you need to see, featuring Alan Committee and Sharon Spiegel-Wagner on stage just for you in a beautiful stage production. So go check it out now and support some local arts and culture.
Oh, absolute magic stuff. Definitely looking forward to that. For now, though, let's look forward to the rest of the headlines. It's just about to go on the hour, so perfect timing. So let's head off with national news headlines first. Now, the National Economic Development and Labour Council, otherwise known as NEDLAC, kicks off its 28th annual National Summit tomorrow. Now, stakeholders hope the summit will strengthen collaboration and communication amongst the various social partners. Now, the NEDLAC Summit provides an opportunity for social partners from organized business, community, government, and organized labor to receive and consider a report on the activities of the institution. Now, discussions and interactions are expected to focus on the critical role of social partners in addressing crisis situations such as COVID-19, climate change, as well as load shedding. Well, carrying on with national headlines right now, it's good news for the SA public ahead of the Rugby World Cup, which starts this evening. Now, this after the SABC was granted sub-licensed broadcast rights by MultiChoice for the Rugby World Cup. Now, it was initially reported that the public broadcaster wouldn't be able to show the matches on its channels following a disagreement with SuperSport over payment terms. But yesterday, it was announced that 16 matches would be broadcast by the SABC, as well as the opening ceremony and opening match between France and New Zealand taking place this evening. Well, from our national headlines, let's head over to international news. Now, police in the United Kingdom descended on a yoga class in central England after receiving a report of a mass killing as people were lying strewn across the floor. Well, officers, fully armed, rushed to the spot with car sirens blaring, only to find members of the class quietly meditating. Now, the owner of a seaside cafe in the small seaside town of Chapel Street, Leonards, said a worried member of the public had raised the alarm on Wednesday night after becoming concerned about seeing people lying all over the floor. Well, I'm glad it was nothing but Zen moments for all of them. Well, carrying on with the headlines right now, and a representative of the United Nations, Abdou Abari, has told Gabon's military leader that the UN is ready to support the country in its transition to constitutional order. Now, army officers seized power in late August and declared election results invalid shortly after President Ali Bongo had been re-elected. Now, Bongo had been in power since 2009, and since taking over from his father, Omar Bongo, who was president for 42 years. Now, General Bryce Nguema was inaugurated as interim president on Monday and promised that a free and fair election would soon take place. Well, lastly in our headlines right now, a few mornings ago, we actually had this discussion on how age is basically just a number. Well, here's some further proof. Now, with their remarkable longevity, how many wonder how old the Rolling Stones really are? Well, founding members Mick Jagger and Keith Richards will soon be 80 years old. Now, Ron Wood, a core member since 1975, is 75 years old. And now the Rolling Stones have unveiled their first album of original material since 2005, and the first since the death of drummer Charlie Watts. Now, Hackney Diamonds will feature 12 tracks and be released on the 20th of October. And this was announced by Jagger on Monday. Sorry, no, this was on Wednesday. So a lot of excitement, a lot to look forward to, and of course, more headlines to look forward to in sport. And here's G-Man with the latest.
Thank you so much. Well, not a huge amount to focus on, but what we do focus on is big this morning. So let's start with the Proteas and a missed golden opportunity to draw first blood as Australia now go one up in the series. That was after winning by 3 wickets in Bloem yesterday. So after a courageous knock of 114 from Themba Bavuma and then scalps across the South African bowling attack, the Proteas definitely will be kicking themselves for not closing out the Aussie tail. Kagiso Rabada particularly dialed in and menacingly quick, with Cameron Green actually being substituted out for concussion. And that was notable because it brought in man of the match and super sub Manus Labuschagne, whose supremely well-constructed unbeaten 80 under pressure anchored the pivotal partnership with Ashton Agar, just shy of his half-century to see the Australians over the line and back on top of the world, literally in the #1 ranking again. So the Proteas will look to even the score tomorrow when the two lock horns once again in the Mangawang Oval. Now we turn to US Open tennis, and returning to Flushing Meadows, it seems a mysterious virus with symptoms much like those of COVID-19 has been sweeping through Flushing Meadows, affecting a number of players now with a range of ailments, including a sense of exhaustion, a fever, and even nausea. Now, many are obviously pointing towards the Parola variant that's on the rise in the United States, in fact, recently affecting the First Lady Jill Biden. The first player to fall victim to this mysterious virus was Dominic Thiem, who had to retire from his match against Ben Shelton. Then was soon followed by Christopher Eubanks, Emil Rushford, Hubert Hurkacz, and Onsia Beer, who came out as saying that she felt like a zombie during the match she lost against China's Zhen Qingwen. So on courts last night, plenty of action. Well, actually, it's just finished playing out. So we saw Coco Gauff defeating Chechenian Karolina Mushkova 6-4, 7-5. And then Madison Keys sadly falling short in making it an all-American final, beaten by Arina Sabalenka, who will be the #1 after the tournament. And of course, in the men's semis, Novak Djokovic bidding for a record equaling 24th major. He saw off young American Ben Shelton and now awaits the winner of tonight's clash between the first-ranked Carlos Alcaraz and Daniil Medvedev. And then the biggest story in the world right now, the Rugby World Cup is here. Tonight at 9:15, France, the #3 ranked side in the world, will take on the All Blacks. New Zealand ranked #4, officially kicking off 8 weeks of World Cup rugby action. So now under Fabien Gauthier, and led by, I think, one of the best in the trade, Antoine Dupont, the French will know what is expected and what is possible in front of their home fans, having beaten all of the big guns of world rugby in Paris over the last 2 years. But they do face the All Blacks, looking to send a very clear message after having their worst worst defeat in history inflicted upon them by the Springboks just a fortnight ago, and they would know that this may well be one of the most important pool games of the tournament. And with our journey unfolding on Sunday with talismanic captain Siya Kolisi miraculously back to full fitness, having led the Boks through those 2 record-breaking wins in the build-up, the Springboks begin their campaign against the 5th-ranked Scotland at 5:45 on Sunday. Get the Bok Friday Kies going. And that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's take a look at the roads.
From the road to World Cup glory to your roads in Midrand, Johannesburg. We start there. There's been an accident. A car's rolled on the N1 southbound before Olifantsfontein Road and Old Pretoria Road. The left shoulder is closed. Please drive carefully in that area. Then in Cape Town, Atherton, there was an accident on the N2 inbound at Jakes Gerwel. All lanes are now open, but do expect delays. That's it for your traffic. Let's take a peek at your weather. All right, here's some weather news for you. Well, most of South Africa can expect calm and dry weather this weekend. 2 cold fronts will make landfall in the Western Cape. The SA Weather Service yesterday said the Western Cape can expect windy conditions on Saturday, spreading eastwards to most of the province's interior on Sunday and Monday. The first cold front is expected to make landfall tomorrow by late evening, with the second one moving in on Sunday. The Weather Service has meanwhile issued impact-based warnings for strong winds, rough seas and very cold conditions for parts of the Western and Northern Cape provinces from Saturday onwards, so do buckle up for that particular storm. Now, on to some temperatures to get you an idea of what to wear today on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Paula Kwande, let's start with you. A lovely warm day, 10 to 30 are your temperatures. Bombela, you can expect 31 as your maximum from a low of 15. Pretoria, 12 to a high of 30. And then Johannesburg, nice and warm, 28 degrees Celsius from a low of 11. Mahikeng, summer has reached you. 33 is your high from a low of 12. Klerksdorp, 8 to 32. Kimberley, 8 to 30. And Bloemfontein, that's just 0. But you thaw out to a nice warm 29. What a day for you, Bloem. Richards Bay, let's go to you. 18 up to 31 degrees Celsius. Pietermaritzburg, 13 to 31. A nice clear day. Durban, as always, nice and humid, but 26 is your high from a low of 17. And then Mthatha, 8 up to 33. Monty, East London, good morning to you. Your temperatures are quite chilled in comparison. 24 is the max from a low of 15. Cradock, you back up the summer with 31 as a high from a low of 10. Gqeberha, you've got 9 to 21, and then George also 9 to 21. Cape Town, the mother city, as mentioned, cold fronts expected in your region, 11 to 17 today, though. Worcester, 27 is your high from a low of 13. Sutherland, 12 to 24, and then Uppington, 13 to a max temp of 34 degrees Celsius. Those are your temperatures. I'm not done yet because Sunrise Views always add a touch of positivity to the weather reports. Let's go to you, Ken, in Kymouth, in his apartment overlooking the incredible ocean, such still waters. And what a flex of an apartment, Ken. We see you and we appreciate you. Invite us over next time. Then Selvin in Port St. John's, exploring the beach, climbing between all of the rocks. Love that. Placid, beautiful, scenic, all of the stuff that we love in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Adrian Ovongo bringing us a real holiday feel, enjoying this beautiful view. Look at that palm tree. It does look like you're in a holiday destination as we speak. Thanks a lot for giving us a piece of that. And then Denzel in GQ, also enjoying the beach, reminding us that summer is on its way. It looks like the end credits of a movie that I would like to watch twice. Thank you. So if you would like to jump in with your sunrise views, please feel free. 063-408-8863. We'd love to see it. As you see more action right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and here it comes.
Oh, action right now. You know what time it is. I've joined the banner. Now, I'm only joking. Don't worry. Don't get scared of Zanzi. Of course, the 2 superstars are here, ready to entertain us. I cannot wait. It's been 20 years. It's finally back, and we're going to find out all about these 2 superstars. And also chatting about rugby. Yes, the 2 legends in rugby are still joined in the studio. There's a new podcast in town. We're going to find out more about that. Lots to talk about, lots to celebrate. So don't go anywhere, Zanzi. We'll see you after this.
Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso Breakfast Show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While the Boks are battling for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 rands worth of Weber Prize. So engage and win with rugby's greatest moments, brought to you with love by Clover.
Well, they'll trample on lions, they'll trample on snakes. I'm under his shadow and he I will trust. Deliver me, Lord, from the snares full of rust. Warm me with feathers and under your wings.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso here on S3, and I believe that I need to intro these two in the best way possible. So, joining us as we jump into the world of sports and podcast, we're joined today by two of South Africa's best when it comes to rugby, both speedsters in there, and right, Shot Young and Rudy Page. Both of you decide to jump on our couch. Once again, exciting times. Graham, back to you in studio.
Can we give them another round of applause? Give him a round of applause. Let's give these guys a round of applause. Come on,
Thank
man.
you.
I feel like this is the closest you guys could come to finding a job that's not an actual job. Okay, I think that's what
I don't know if it's a job. I don't know if it's a job.
Because, no, this just feels so natural. It's such an awesome chemistry. It's your mates who happen to have walked this, sometimes mates, who happen to have walked this kind of parallel path through the most incredible journey. And I love the fact that we got pictures of you guys in your colors.
Oh, yeah.
Representing, lest we forget, boys, where your rugby knowledge is coming from. It's not from a couch. It's coming from a field, okay? Yes, we know behind the ruck, not in the ruck, okay? How many rucks have you taken part in?
A lot. He's not really much.
I've seen a lot. Seen a lot of rucks.
Some things you can't
Stop them.
But not attended.
But, you know, when it comes to a podcast, okay, now, I know for a fact that a podcast, you can do English or Afrikaans. Sometimes the English airtime runs out.
Yes.
Sometimes the Afrikaans jumps back in.
Happens.
So to do something like a podcast, I mean, what made you guys say, let's do this thing, let's get it going?
Yeah, it actually started on a golf course start of this year. And
Real job.
Trying to play golf. Yeah, so just to share our opinions, share our views, share our experiences. I mean, myself and Rudy's been roommates at the Springboks for a very long time. We came a long path, and yeah, we just wanted to share our experiences here.
You also connect to this wonderful kind of network. And I think the great joy of our job is we get to kind of have a front row seat, sometimes get invited along, and then terrify you by shoving a camera or microphone in your face. And if I think of all of the times your management in its various guises have sent me to interview you, and I'm thinking, I'm sure they don't want to do this. I'm sure they want to be running on a field. They want to be recovering, eating a meal, whatever. But you always did it. And I appreciate you so much for doing that for us. I really, really do. But now you've chosen to make this like a proper part of your career. What's been the most interesting part of doing this, of turning those tables and connecting to these amazing people?
Obviously, I'm retired. Juan is still playing, but I think it's creating a show for us where the rugby player is comfortable, man. Where the people, the viewer, whoever's watching our show can actually see there's a person behind the player. There's just 80 minutes on a Saturday is not a true reflection of who we are as individuals.
100%.
And that is what we want to show people, that there's a character behind every player. There's different stuff that makes up the players, and guys must be comfortable. Guys must just be really comfortable and talk rugby, talk life. And that's what we want to create in our show.
And the crazy stories, eh?
I was going to say, because there's a story behind almost every and we only know
a little bit,
5%.
So we're trying to squeeze it out of those guys, out of our guests, but
it's a really great way, the way you got, because the thing is, the people who are there respect you guys. I mean, they've been in the battlefield with you, so they know exactly, you know, what you guys are like in the change rooms. And I think that's the great thing about the podcast, is that you find the other side of people. But is there like a player that is on your wish list to get on the podcast?
Yeah. Doesn't have to be South African.
Like, it doesn't have to be SA player, but like, is there a player that you'd love to, either for your own thing, like maybe they gave you a dirty tackle in the past and that you want to actually address it, or maybe just somebody you just want to chat to.
Maybe
a lot.
There's a lot of rugby players, but not in my sport. I was trying to email Cristiano Ronaldo. Still
really?
waiting.
Did you really?
Still waiting.
What is the...
His value's going to start to tail off over the next few years.
I was just joking. I was joking.
You know the email address, eh?
Hey?
At gmail.com. Perfect.
It has to be. Yeah, so there's a couple of players. I mean, we want to get the legends of the game also on a show like Dan Carter, you know, Brian Abana, trying to get these guys, share their experiences, especially guys that are retired, just to see the life after rugby, the transitions. There's so much stuff around rugby. You know, there's mental health, there's... you know, the way they grew up, stories they have, challenges they have. And that's the stuff that we want to share with our viewers. And
I was going to ask, because is there a missed element to the stories that we tell? We love to invest so much of our brand and our yes, and we talk about it every Friday, and we put everything on you. But it's one lens that we're looking at your life through.
100%.
Are we missing the main story? Because rugby can change lives, but kids need to see themselves represented in that story.
100%, yeah.
Yes. The journey, sorry to interrupt you, partner. The journey probably constantly is changing as well.
Yeah.
A week in a rugby player is such a long time, actually, because it's such ups and flows and ups and downs constantly throughout the week until you get to the 80 minutes. And that's the journey, actually, that is so cool. And that's probably the lekker and sometimes the difficult part, is that journey throughout the week until you get to the 80 minutes.
Yeah, if you make it to the 80 minutes.
If you're on that team sheet.
Sport, boy.
Yeah.
Sure. It's a really great podcast, man. For anybody who would like to go check it out, you know, where do we find it? Please, I want to get you as many of these listeners as possible and viewers. Look at, plug yourself. You're on national TV. Plug, go. Let's go.
So, Behind the Ruck at YouTube, but it's very important to like, share, and subscribe. Okay,
guys,
very important,
coming out, the new episode is coming out today, Friday. We're dropping every Friday. Please go watch the episode. Share it like a gossip story. You know, in the neighborhood, a gossip story, it takes out quickly. Like a gossip story, share that the episode's out.
Yes. I'm Johan de Jong.
Make it go viral.
Make it go viral. I apologize.
I'm Johan de Jong.
I'm Rudy Page.
And the Ruck is clear.
Yeah!
Oh, look at that. I'm leaving the Ruck. I'm going behind the Ruck now. Sorry, I'm converted. Now, we love you guys for doing this, and we also love you that much more for investing so much in the sport that has given you a lot, but it's also challenged you, tested you, taken a lot. So thank you for being that for us, man. We love you guys.
Absolute pleasure.
Still don't know what he runs 100 in.
It doesn't matter, but I know this guy is very, very fast, and he's got a musician alongside him. It's Ra.
Yeah, welcome to the Fast Life right now. Definitely going to be liking, subscribing to that, and you want to like and subscribe to this right now, because joining us on the Expresso stage, we've got guitarist Nibs van der Spey, and he returns to Cape Town with a special guest, violinist and Cawthorne Blazeby from the legendary band Landscape Press. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together! Yes! Now listen up, it's the first time in 20 years since they've joined forces once again. Guys, welcome. How are we doing firstly? Are we good?
Yeah, we're doing well. Yeah, we had our first gig last night.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Wonderful.
Lekker.
Yeah.
Listen, it's been long. Why did you decide to come back? Firstly, we're celebrating it, but what was the reason for delivering your magic back to South Africa?
Well, you know, Ant and I always had a synergy in the band 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I missed that collaboration and that synergy. So he was at a loose end musically, so I said, let's do some gigs together. And said, we always had a lovely following here in the mother city, so it was a no-brainer.
A no-brainer, and it really is. When I had the blessing of hearing your, just like the dress rehearsal, oh, it sounds so good. It sounds like you get taken on a journey. I'm here for it, man. It's absolutely beautiful stuff. And maybe I can ask you, 20 years ago, obviously, magic happened. How's the relationship? How's the journey been since then? And what's it like performing again after so many years?
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah, so 30-odd years ago, we met in Durban, and there was this magic that just happened. We went to form a band after that. That lasted about 10 years, and then we took separate directions. I ended up in the corporate world. Nibs ended up on his journey, and 20 years later, it's fantastic to be back in Cape Town, fantastic to be playing again.
It really is.
It's amazing.
This is like a reunion, a celebration. This is a moment that I don't think anyone's going to forget. So right now, it's time to do the things and perform. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Trample on Lines. We're talking about Nibs van der Spey as well as Ant Cawthon Blaisby. Gentlemen, the stage is yours. Take it away. Have fun. Enjoy it.
How's
it going? How you doing?
I'm saying a prayer for the lowly of fate. Time will lie before it's too late to lead them along to the secret of place. Well, they'll trample on lions, they'll trample on snakes. I'm under his shadow and he I will trust. Deliver me, Lord, from the snares full of rust. Warm me with feathers and under your wings. With the 10-string lyre, these psalms I will sing. Not afraid of the darkness or arrows by day. 1,000 will fall by my side in the clay. The Lord is my refuge, my dwelling, my place. No evil shall harm me, no danger, no plague. The angels surround me and keep me up safe. I'll trample on lions, I'll trample on snakes. I'll set you in love, in your hand lies my fate. Deliver me, Lord, I call you by name. Give me long life, salvation proclaim. I'll trample on lions, I'll trample on snakes. I'll trample on lions, I'll trample on snakes.
shift just happened. Honestly, it felt like I was in like a folklore tale. I went out of my village, slayed a dragon, brought the egg back, and now we're here in Mzansi. That was incredible stuff. Don't go anywhere. More of this magic coming at you in just a bit. Wow, that was amazing. Well played.
All right, so we've got the small matter of a Rugby World Cup. The WhatsApp groups are going crazy. It's time to get into a little betting, and we're going to show you how you can take sports betting to the next level. It's massive.
Plus, stick around for a guy who's fractionally bigger than I am, Eben Etzebeth. Chats about being a Springbok captain. I suggest you stay right there.
I think they even bumped into a close-up.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Bet with the best indeed, whether you're a seasonal sports enthusiast, a weekend warrior, or just looking to add some excitement to the game, exploring the fascinating world of betting and odds can bring a whole different layer of anticipation, excitement, and value extraction from your favorite sporting events. And today we have the great pleasure of welcoming the Director of World Sports Betting, Hilton Hassan, who will provide some valuable insights from the inside into rugby and the world of odds. Thank you so much for being here, my friend.
Great to be back.
It kind of feels like the Matrix, and I'm plugging into the source now. We get to actually talk about the Rugby World Cup because it's actually here. This is incredible. How excited are you, first of all, that this moment has arrived? Because you guys have been prepping for a while.
Yeah, super excited. You know, from the moment they do that World Cup draw, which is sort of 3 years ago, you know, then everything starts building up. You start building your betting platforms, you're doing your betting percentages, start working out the groups, and then obviously there's just these sort of warm-up games.
Yeah, and everything has added spice. You couldn't have hoped for more question marks, which means more odds, more kind of predictions coming out, more sideline bets. Absolutely love that. When we talk about predictions, I can't look past a 10 million rand predictor contest. Let's start there, shall we?
Well, first of all, best thing is it's actually not a betting competition. So it's basically all-inclusive. So whether you're a seasoned betting person or never had a bet in your life, or you're the biggest Springbok rugby supporter or never watched a game in your life.
I love
The whole premise was to bring everybody together, give everybody an opportunity. And the format's pretty simple too. So you literally just go onto the website, look at all the games, predict the score. And we've got prizes. If the closest person gets 30,000 Rand, second will get 20, third will get 10,000 Rand. If you've had a bet on the game, we'll double that. And all the scores then go onto an overall global leaderboard.
Oh, wow. I love this because I've got mates in the UK where, I mean, this connects people on a different level. I'd love to know just the WhatsApp groups that are connecting over these kinds of questions. This I love because if you are wanting to bring someone into the game, to get them excited about the game, to look at it from a different angle, being able to raise the stakes just a little bit and have so much more invested in it, amazing. Let's talk about the betting now, and I'm going to make it as simple as possible. So I've got $100, okay, and I want to put it on South Africa winning the World Cup. What are my potential returns, and what does that journey, that process look like?
Well, it's very simple, Graham. At the moment, South Africa are 33 to 10.
Okay.
So you put your 100 Rand on, your profit will be 330 Rand. And we're running a promotion at the moment too, that if South Africa reach the final and they lose, you're going to get your money back anyway.
I love that. I'm thinking of the calculations that you must do going into a season like this to be able to cover such a wide spread is incredible. When you look at all of the opportunities that are available for South Africans right now, to quite literally, and we saw this with our spinning the wheel last week, lives changed. Literally, in those moments, lives changed. We push people through a different gateway, and you offer that gateway. What are some of the more exciting opportunities? What's got you buzzing right now, and what's available on the platform?
Well, we've got a lot of betting options. You can imagine, being a world tournament, we've got hundreds of bets. There are two that I think would probably be quite attractive to the viewers. The first one is for South Africa to win all their matches.
Okay.
So that's probably having to beat Ireland twice, and having to beat either France or New Zealand. That's 8 to 1. That's 800 Rand for your 100 Rand. And a very cool one that we've got is the player of the tournament.
Oh, nice.
So we've got French captain Antoine Dupont at 7 to 1.
Sure, that's good.
At 12 to 1, we've got Siya Kolisi.
Really? Yeah. See, this is why...
And who's going to bet against him, obviously, right?
Oh, buddy, but this is exactly what I was telling you beforehand. I struggle so much because I know these guys. I bet with my heart and not my head. But maybe this World Cup, a bit of heart, isn't necessarily a bad thing. Are there any kind of dark horses or anything that you're tracking under the radar that might be a good bet to make?
Yeah, I thought until yesterday, Fiji looked like quite a good thing. And then obviously they lost their fly half yesterday. So that's going to sort of throw a span in the works. I don't think Wales have been that great. So I just think if Fiji do come to the party, I think they're going to give Wales a bit of a run.
And they've got heart. They've shown how much the rugby is in their DNA in that sense. I'm thinking Tonga might provide a couple of shocks. There's just something about that side and their connection to the Pacific rugby pool as well. Really, really exciting times. The most important thing here is you've got someone to hold your hand through the process. You connect to this framework that offers so much opportunity. How do we connect? What's the best way to engage with the platform?
Oh, we've got a lot of platforms. We're very active on our social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We've got a 24-hour call center. We've got live chat, email. Basically, you guys, any question anybody's got to ask, because I know it's very intimidating to get into betting. And a lot of people don't do it because they don't know how to do it.
Yeah, or you think the losses are going to be big or that you're risking too much, and it doesn't have to be that at all.
And no question you ask is a silly question. So speak to the guys. There's somebody waiting. They'll help you, guide you through the process, and before you know it, you'll be betting.
I love it, man. Well, I don't know what the legalities are around you actually spinning the wheel for one of our contestants. We'll have to do a little bit of fine print reading, but I love the fact, as I said, that you've opened a gateway to change lives, and you're doing it on the biggest level, and you get to do it through our strongest emotional connection that exists right now, and that's the Rugby World Cup. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing us a big, beautiful wheel to spin as well. Yes, someone's life is going to change. In fact, many people's lives are going to change because we've got a lot of cash to give away today.
Oh, man, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. I'm gonna practice my spin just to get that thing going, bro. I've been working on it. I've been warmed up. The lats already. Mzansi, I got you.
So the thing is, because you're the captain of spinning now,
yeah, that's
being the captain of our sports team, it's not just about leading on the field. What I'm talking about is not a spinning wheel at the moment. I'm actually talking about our next guest who's going to showcase something fantastic, because, you have to set an example, like you are, Ryle. You have to be inspiring as well. You have to steer the ship towards victory and unwavering dedication and teamwork. That is what it takes, and you have that, Ryle.
I do indeed. Now, the one and only Eamon Etzebeth has experienced this firsthand. So let's see what he has to say about it all.
When I was told I was going to be Springbok captain, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was the first day before the test match, because Warren Whiteley was captain back in 2017, the first to test match against France, and he was struggling with a groin injury the whole week. And on the Thursday, Alistair Coetzee came to me and was like, listen, you're going to lead out the team on Saturday. And I was just like, this can't be happening. I mean, I looked at a guy like Francois Pinault and John Smith and those guys lifting World Cup trophies, and they were Springbok captains. And now this honor is, I get this honor to represent South Africa and actually leading out the country onto the field. And I remember phoning my brother, my mom, and said, listen, it must stay quiet. Like, well, we can't tell anyone yet, but I had to tell someone. I had to tell my closest family, and that was a special moment. I also, after the game, I took that jersey and I put it in the frame, and it's up against my wall at my house. But no, it was a special day. I think if you run out there and you stand there first singing the national anthem, it's a special day and an unbelievable achievement to lead your country out.
The guy just makes you want to like stand big like this, man. You know what I mean, man?
do like
Remember,
flex
Plascon are doing something for you, Mzansi, giving you the opportunity to claim your share of 10 million rand worth of prizes. How cool is that? Yeah.
Now, if you'd like to enter, simply spend 1,500 rand or more on Plascon products. Upload your till slip to plasconrewards.com, and of course, follow the easy steps and choose from 5 amazing voucher options.
Yeah, and on top of that, you're also going to be automatically entered into their fortnight draw. Now, this is where you could win one of 7 inverters valued at 10,000 rand each. Ooh, I need to get in on this. Now, the competition closes Saturday, the 30th of September. Your T's and C's can be found at plascon.co.za. Hurry up, get involved. You want this.
And we're going to paint the show with some incredible talent as well, all right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're in the kitchen, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We do indeed. We get joining in with our man, Chef Clem Pedro. But before we do that, check this out.
When the cracks start to show, our strength and resilience is legendary. Mycotex, strong enough to endure anything.
Yeah, so as we mentioned, we're going to be diving into all the good stuff right now. Chef Clem has entered the building, and we're going to dive into something delicious. It's a braai lunch spread that's definitely fitting for this weekend's action. What else is happening, bro?
Well, I mean, we'd love to spin your world around. In fact, that's what we're going to do very, very soon. So we're going to take a spin with you, and hopefully you'll win something absolutely incredible. You can win big with us right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Don't go anywhere. Just keep on spinning.
Streamers, enhance your binge sesh. Choose from a range of benefits to add a personal touch to your contract. Get always on LTE for only 339 Rand per month over 36 months. And enhance your experience with a Volcano Mini UPS for 19 Rand per month for uninterrupted home internet. Plus, the router is included. Available in-store or online. T's and C's apply. Further together. Vodacom.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here on S3, and it's game day. And Chef Clem is here to help us get our braai game on with Woolies' wide selection of pre-marinated braai favorites and other pre-made braai staples as well. Now, game day, naturally, Chef Clem, I want to find out, man, how are we going to up the ante when it comes to braaiing this year? As I need to turn this because...
You don't need to up the ante.
Yeah.
All you have to do is take a step in the right direction. And that's to Woolworths, okay?
Yes.
Because from your drinks,
yes,
to your desserts,
yeah,
to your starters, to your sides, to your beautiful free-range espetadas, the iconic Woolies ribs, and then my favorite, the lamb rump steaks. Woolies goes a step further, and they have the cooking utensil. Let me show. This Everdeer,
yes.
Let me just. This Everdeer has been driving with me everywhere in my boot. I'm telling you.
But what about my boot? I haven't seen it in my boot yet.
Well,
That's
Carl,
the thing.
if you step into Woolworths today,
Yes.
no, I'm telling you, the worst thing in the world is to be caught off guard for a braai or be invited to a braai,
and
you rock up empty-handed.
You can't do that though, and please do me a favor, man.
What are the
Don't do frozen.
Don't do frozen
sausage.
No,
please no.
Anything frozen, we know your strategy. You come in with the frozen meat, so you can go home with it again. No. Don't be that person. Go to Woolies. Okay, so here's the thing. You honestly do get the most amazing everything braai at Woolies. What I love about it, and I wasn't joking, if you get called in the last minute braai, hey Carl, want to come through and watch the game, you don't want to get caught off guard.
I don't like that.
Pop in at Woolies. You don't need to buy a marinade. You don't need to buy everything separate. The espetadas, done.
Okay, but these are staples. This is actually my braai platter. It's like that as well. Woolies sorts me out every time. You know why I like this? Because the thing
portion
is,
for one.
That portion is for one.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Because, you know, you do man a stick and you just chill and you watch the game. That's how it goes.
It's true. It's true. So let's actually talk about what we got going. So you're doing our beautiful lamb rump steaks. I'm telling you, these are they like butter. They like butter.
If you cook them well.
If you cook them well.
So here's the thing about it. I just think for any braai master, can I ask, right? That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
You just got it. Here we go. Okay, talk to me about the...
That was a fantastic seasoning from a distance.
From a distance.
'Tis the season. From a distance, da-da-da-da-da.
So you're a fan?
Too early.
You're a fan
I'm a massive fan. You know why I like this? But as I was saying, for a message to braai masters, can we talk about resting just for a quick second, right? Especially lamb. It's a lean meat, okay? It needs to rest as well. So don't braai by color. I think that we all have the uncles who have for ages looked at the color of it, and it's like, if it looks like it's burnt, then it's ready.
Don't be that uncle.
Don't be that uncle, man.
No, beautiful. And what's delicious about these, medium rare, just render that fat out first, like
That's
you said,
all.
Carl. It must rest. This is a beautiful, tender piece of meat. It is delicious. We turn these into masala lamb steak Gatsby's with these, because there's no bones. It's delicious. Now, talk about the sides. The Woolies potato salad. The Woolies potato salad.
Staple. That's like that. I mean, you actually put that in the trolley first.
Exactly.
You know what's going to happen. If you're going to braai, you don't have to think about it. Take that, done.
Take that. Then we've got the basil pesto pasta salad. Another staple. And obviously you've seen this in the smaller size. You've seen
Another problem.
This is the braai size, okay? What else we got?
Good.
Let's talk about, we've spoken about the beautiful ribs. We've spoken about the espetadas. We've spoken about the rump. So we've ticked that off the box. But don't forget, Woolies also have, when it comes through to seafood, Woolies got that sorted and it's all responsibly sourced. Another thing that they also have is plant-based eaters. Woolies has you sorted.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you think about everyone. On to the dessert. So we've got... all Woolies desserts right now are going to be the vibe. But what I wanted to do today is bring through the caramel Swiss roll. Are we going to actually unmold it? Yeah? Because I've seen people like eat out of the actual thing, which is perfect. Hey, if you're in a hurry. But there's another way to do it.
I thought it was a portion for one. I wasn't sure. Sorry.
Look.
I didn't know.
The portion sizes on the Woolies label.
Sorry. Are you saying you have to actually take that out of the container?
Apparently. But the thing is,
how do you do that?
The portion sizes on the Woolies label are merely suggestions. You know what? If you feel like the malva pudding that feeds 8 actually feeds 1, you do that.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
So,
I would believe so.
We've taken the sleeve off. We are going to, at the bottom, you'll see, here we go, it says pull here. Okay?
No, I thought when they say pull, I didn't understand.
It's like pull me.
It's like pull me toward it so I can have a spoon ready. That's what I thought.
Now you know. So then
that's what I thought.
Peel off the bottom and it releases the bottom of the container.
Oh, this is going to be so good.
Get a knife. And I think this is also pretty cool to do in front of everyone.
Look at that.
Go around, go around. Where's my shot glasses?
Hold
I'm
on.
not doing shots.
What's this? Are you going to use this again?
That is chef's treat right there, and you deserve that. So get that on there, demold it. Where's my plate, Carl? I need your help. Carl.
Sorry. I was
That's
busy.
the green plate. Shot glass out. Dessert down. We're winning.
Thank
We're
you.
winning. You see that?
Thanks
You
for
see that?
coming.
You see that? You see that? No. You cannot go wrong with the Woolies Braai this season. And I'm officially dubbing it. It's officially, we're officially prepping for the festive season. The festive season starts today.
What?
We are braaiing in the kitchen flames going on a Friday before 9 o'clock in the morning.
I am ready, brother.
That feels
I'm
like
ready.
the festive season
I'm
to
just
me.
ready to put that down because I'm not going to overcook this lamb.
No.
I'm not going to be that guy.
Wasty.
I'm doing this. I'm popping it on there. I'm not overcooking today. No, thank you.
No, thank you. Let me also just tell you, we popped this on the braai as we started the segment. Look how quick that cooked.
Thank you.
And you don't want to overdo it. You don't, Carl, wasty. And you know what? For your amazing braai skills,
Thank
you
you.
take this apple with your board. If you want to make yourself a smoked steak, you got the chips in there, you got the board to serve it on. Carl,
Is that mine now?
The Planty Award.
Hold on. Can we do it like the Saudi Arabian clubs are doing it now? Sorry, let's just do that there. And then let's shake the hand. Thank you. And
This
then we
could
do
be you.
Team
This could be you.
Team Jersey. Just signed. Signed by Woolies.
Signed by
Thank you so
Woolies.
much. I just got signed by Woolies, guys.
You got
Thank
the
you
Planty
so
Award.
much.
Come and give
Yes,
the hand.
thank you so
You
much.
got
Yes,
the
sir.
Planty Award.
Right.
Yes.
I'm ready.
And true story.
Press conference.
If you braai like this at home, if you braai like this at home, you'll get
Yes.
the same applause every time, guaranteed, guaranteed. Carl, who would you like to thank right now?
I would like to thank Woolies for the amazing spread for Friday. It's okay. The dessert and it's also the meat that's beautiful. So I want to thank everybody. So I want to say you should work clever this Friday. Enjoy the games last weekend. I was very happy to be signed by Woolies. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Man of the match.
Thank you.
It's that easy. And this is how you pull off an absolutely amazing Friday. You deserve that.
Also, one last thing.
Oh, wait.
right?
Can we
just talk about this for a second? Okay, before, just wait there. Can we talk about this?
Oh, guys,
All
I'm so
right.
sorry. I nearly let you all down.
No,
Let the whole
because
country down.
Yes.
If you love pumpkin fritters.
That's what I'm saying. That's why.
My friend, these are the new Woolies baked pumpkin rings, right? It comes with cinnamon sugar. What I did, hear me out. You want to add some extra smokiness to these? Pop these on the braai, because you can eat these in the air fryer.
I'm sorry, what?
You do it like this, Carl. Carl.
What?
What happens is that little bit of pumpkin. You know, people also serve pumpkin fritters with savory food, right? You pick up that smokiness from the braai.
I'm getting emotional. Why am I getting emotional?
Carl.
Yo.
Okay, just a little bit of heat.
This is why you're my pumpkin.
There we go. Yes, you're my fritter. There we go.
Thank you.
Cheers. These are insane. These are so good. Cheers.
That's it. Thank you so much. It's been a spread and a half. Thank you. I know that today is your day where festive started. You just declared it, Clem, not me. But I will say that you have to work clever and not hard this game day. Stock up on all of your favorite braai faves, of course, and make sure you hashtag Woolies Game Day Braai. That's going to be the hashtag for your home this festive. All of this is available at Woolworths, in-store, online, on the app, and now in my mouth.
You are? How good? How good?
Nice, boys. Welcome back, you beauties. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. I know you had incentive. Yes, we are going to be spinning the wheel with World Sports Betting. I hope you're ready. Life is like a game of chance, and you hold the power to spin your destiny. Let's get real. You have an opportunity to change your life. Get ready to take a spin towards victory with World Sports Betting. Now, Hilton joins us, Director of World Sports Betting. I'm sure probably just as nervous as the contestant who's about to enter, really. He is that emotionally invested. Why? Last week, we gave away a whopping 58,554 Rand. Unbelievable. That's a life changed. It's now time to see who is going to get the lucky spin this week. And I'm going to, of course, turn to our social media team. And we asked you guys on our social media pages to tell us what sporting event or moment inspires your passion for sports and why. And we got a fantastic entrant from Yamnakela Mpini who wrote this: the 2019 World Cup, which was held in Japan and which the Springboks won, really inspired me and my son's rugby passion. It showed him that if Siya Kolisi could do it, why can't he? I'm getting goosebumps reading that. It ignited his fire and now positive attitude towards school, rugby, and his personal development as a growing teenager. That's what sport can do, Hilton. I love it. And we've got Yamnakela on the line right now. How are you feeling?
I'm well, thanks, and you?
I'm good. You sound terrified, which is great. You must be a little bit nervous because Hilton is here, ready to spin the wheel to change your life, hopefully. Look, there's a lot of money here in every spin, but there are some big ones. So the question, Yamnakela, is, Hilton is going to spin for you. Do you want a slow and steady? Do you want a fast and hard? What is your energy? What is your gut feel here? How would you like Hilton to spin your wheel?
Let's do it slow and steady.
Slow and steady, like a World Cup campaign. And like Hilton himself, he came in here, slow and steady. That's what we do at our age. All right, buddy.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to change someone's life. Let's see to which degree. Give us a countdown, Yamnakela. Give us a 3, 2, 1 spin. Go for it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Go. I like that. I like it. Slow and steady indeed. Oh, yeah, baby! It's a double. We're off to a flying start. So even if you land on the smallest number, we are going to double that just for you, which means we need another spin. All right, do you want the same, slow and steady? Do you want it faster this time? How are you feeling?
Let's go faster.
Let's go faster, baby.
Bit of a workout.
I know, buddy. I warned you. Let's do it. Yamnakela, I am hoping. That was a great spin. A lot of fierce in that one. Come on. Come on. Oh, that's pretty good. 5,000 times 2. That's 10,000 rand. Oh, my goodness. Yamnakela, you are 10,000 rands richer. I've got to ask you an all-important question, though, before we celebrate. Are you currently a World Sports Betting account holder?
Yes, I am.
Yeah! That means we are going to match your, when I say we loosely, World Sports Betting are going to match your winnings with online vouchers so you can win even more. Now we can celebrate. Congratulations, Yamnakela! There we go. I love it. I think one little piece of tinsel came down. The rest is in the stratosphere with our hearts. Hilton, you're a spinner, bro.
Thanks,
well
man.
done. You might need to do this professionally. Or I think you actually do it professionally. But Yamnakela, congratulations. Thank you for spreading. Thank you for spreading such a beautiful message around sport and what it can do to not just change our fortunes, change our reality, but change our mindset. What's your son's name?
My son's name is Litemba.
Litemba, you are going to go out and you're going to buy him a brand new Bork jersey or something special because you have earned that today. Congratulations, my friend. Enjoy the start of the World Cup.
Awesome. Thank you.
Wow. Hey?
Brilliant.
Fait accompli, man.
Brilliant. Happy.
We still aren't allowed to enter, but I still feel it, man. Absolutely love it. And the kicker here, she was a member. So please don't forget, World Sports Betting is opening the door for one fortunate viewer to spin for victory on Expresso every Friday morning over the coming weeks. And to secure your chance at next Friday's spin, we might even ask Hilton to come back to do the spinning. You need to head over to our competition post on our Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter pages and tell us this. What's your earliest sporting memory? I love that. And don't forget to hashtag World Sports Betting. The competition closes the 11th of September at midday. The T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Can we get one last round of applause for Hilton and, of course, Yamnakela walking away with 10,000 rand. Beautiful. Whew.
Bonjour. If you're as excited about the Rugby World Cup in France as we are, then listen up. Total Energies has an amazing opportunity just for you. You can join the Total Energies Loyalty Club today. Spend 700 Rand or more, then you stand a chance to win double tickets to the highly anticipated South Africa vs Ireland game on the 23rd of September in France. So get down to your nearest Total Energies today to make sure that you do not miss out on the experience of a lifetime. That competition closes on the 15th of July, so get on it. All the T's and C's do apply. So get on it, all the T's and C's. Miss out on the experience of a lifetime. That competition closes on the 15th of July, so get on it. All the T's and C's do apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. 1 hour left to savor what has been the most gears-filled show, I think, of the year. We are celebrating the start of the Rugby World Cup, and of course, we are celebrating our heritage, and we'll give you an amazing way to do that after we get into those news and sporting headlines.
Let's wrap your news. Thanks a lot, G. Now, nationally, we start there. Members of the National Assembly will vote on the 11th of September on the Section 194's committee recommendation regarding the removal of Advocate Busisiwe Nkwabane as Public Protector. The National Assembly's consideration of Advocate Koleka Khaleka to take the position of Public Protector has thus been postponed by 10 days to 21 September. The sitting on 11 September will entail all 400 MPs, and the roll call system for voting will apply. This means that each MP will answer yes or no when called upon to do so. Now, the National Economic Development and Labour Council, NEDLAC, kicks off its 28th annual National Summit tomorrow. Stakeholders hope the summit will strengthen collaboration and communication amongst the various social partners. The NEDLAC Summit provides an opportunity for social partners from organised business community, government and organised labour to receive and consider a report on the activities of the institution. Discussions and interactions are expected to focus on the critical role of social partners in addressing crisis situations such as COVID-19, climate change, and of course, load shedding. On to international news. Uganda's National Drug Authority has admitted it knew HIV medicine was being used to fatten up animals in 2014, but did not warn the public. The regulator's senior drugs inspector, Amos Otomanya, told Parliament antiretrovirals were being given to pigs and chickens to treat them. He said that for humans, consuming small quantities of the drugs in food could be dangerous. A recent report by Makerere University found that more than a third of chickens and 50% of pork it tested contained traces of antiretroviral drugs. Now, police in the United Kingdom descended on a yoga class in central England after receiving a report of a mass killing as people were lying strewn across the floor. Officers, fully armed, rushed to spot with car sirens blaring, only to find members of the class quietly meditating. The owner of a seaside cafe in the small seaside town of Chapel Street, Leonards, said a worried member of the public had raised the alarm on Wednesday night after becoming concerned upon seeing people lying all over the floor. Now, with Tourism Month due soon, the Western Cape Tourism Department has chosen Plettenberg Bay, one of only 7 worldwide World Whale Heritage Sites, as a focal point to emphasize the role of tourism in the province. The town's recognition stems from its commitment to support rich marine biodiversity and ocean wildlife. Annually, various whale species migrate to Plet's warmer waters to give birth. We're talking humpback whales, southern right brides, and killer whales have all been spotted in the bay. And as the whale season in Plet nears its end, these magnificent creatures will continue nurturing their calves before embarking on their migration back to the icy waters of the Antarctic. That is it for news on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. One last thing to do, in fact, a couple more when it comes to traffic, weather, but sport is coming up, and it's a big weekend for rugby. Here's Graham.
Thank you so much, my friend. Let's start with some cricket, though, and get the bad news out the way. The Proteas missed a golden opportunity to draw first blood as Australia go 1-up in their series after winning by 3 wickets in Bloem yesterday. So after a courageous knock of 114 from Themba Bavuma and then scalps across the South African bowling attack, the Proteas will be kicking themselves for not closing out the Aussie tail. Kagiso Rabada looking particularly dialed in and menacingly quick. In fact, with Cameron Green having to be substituted out for concussion as a result. That was notable because it brought in super sub and man of the match Marnus Labuschagne, whose supremely well constructed unbeaten 80 under pressure anchored the pivotal partnership with Ashton Agar just shy of his half century to see the Australians over the line and back on top of the world, literally back into the #1 spot on the rankings. The Proteas will look to even the score tomorrow when the two lock horns again in Bloemfontein. Now we turn to the US Open, and it seems that a mysterious virus, or maybe not so mysterious virus, with symptoms much like those of COVID-19 has been sweeping through Flushing Meadows, affecting a number of players now with a range of ailments, including a sense of exhaustion, a fever, and nausea. Now, many are pointing towards the Parola variant on the rise in the United States at the moment, recently affecting First Lady Jill Biden. But the first player to fall victim to this mysterious virus was Dominic Thiem, who had to actually retire against Ben Shelton. Then he was soon followed by the news coming out of Christopher Eubanks, Emil Roosevelt, Hubert Hurkacz, and Onsia Beer, all saying they'd been affected, and she was quoted as saying, "I felt like a zombie during the match that she lost against China's Zheng Qinwen." On the courts last night, no signs of any sickness as Coco Gauff defeated Chechnyan Karolina Muchova 6-4, 7-5. And then Madison Keys fell short of making it an All-American final. She was beaten by Arina Sabalenka, and that was with 2 massive tiebreaks in the final 2 sets after having won the first 6-love. So a bit of a shock there, but they are through to that final. And then on the men's side, we've got Novak Djokovic bidding for a record equaling 24th major title he saw off young American Ben Shelton, and now awaits the winner of tonight's clash between the first-seeded Carlos Alcaraz and Daniil Medvedev. And then finally, yes, it is here tonight at 9:15 our time. France, the #3 ranked team in the world, and the All Blacks, New Zealand #4, will officially kick off 8 weeks of Rugby World Cup action. Now, under Fabien Gauthier and led by one of the best in the trade, undoubtedly Antoine Dupont, the French will know what is expected and also what is possible in front of their home fans. They've beaten all of the big guns in world rugby in Paris over the last 2 years, but they do face a resurgent All Blacks side looking to send a very clear message after having their worst defeat in history inflicted by the Springboks just a fortnight ago. And they would know, I think, more than most how this may well be one of the most important, if not the most important, pool games of the tournament. Then on our side of the draw with talismanic captain Siya Kolisi back in action miraculously, back to full fitness, and of course having led the Boks through those 2 record-breaking wins in the build-up, the Springboks begin their campaign against the 5th-ranked Scotland at 5:45 in the evening on Sunday. And yes, the SABC is going to be bringing us the action. We are here for that. But right now, let's just get you to work safely. Let's see what the roads are looking like.
Thank you, G-Man. Yes, it's time to dive into the roads and see what's happening with the traffic this morning. And if you're on the Somerset West area of Cape Town, there is congestion on the N2 outbound. Now, this is at Victoria Road, so if you're on the area, you can expect delays. And moving from Cape Town, we head over to Durban now, and here's a video that we can share with you in Newlands East. Now, there's been a major accident on the N2 highway, and this is just south of Queen Nandi Drive. So again, if you are anywhere in this area or driving through, please try avoid it and do travel safely. For anybody heading out on the roads this morning, buckle up and plan accordingly. From the roads to the sky now, let's see what's happening in the latest when it comes to weather. Yeah, weather news seems to be some good stuff for South Africa. Most parts of SA can expect fine and warm conditions today. But the SA Weather Service has warned that extremely high fire danger conditions are expected over the Beaufort West municipality of the Western Cape, the Alfred Nzo and OR Tambo district municipalities. And on top of this, the Mbashe and Raymond Mhlaba local municipalities of the Eastern Cape. Now, similar conditions are also expected over the eastern parts of the Northern Cape, the western and southern parts of the Northwest, as well as the western parts of the Free State. Meanwhile, firefighters in Tubatse, now this is in the Sekakunu district municipality in Limpopo, have downed tools after not receiving their salaries for 2 months. Now, the Tubatse fire station serves Burgersfort, Oryxstad town, and some 50 villages. Now, the municipality says it will comment after investigating the matter. Now, from our weather news, let's dive into those temperatures and see what you can expect for the day. One last time, and starting off in Polokwane, the day starting low of 10 up to a nice warm 30 degrees. Umbombela follows suit from 15 up to 31. Pretoria from 12, you move up to a nice warm 30 degrees. And Johannesburg from 11, your low, moving up to a max of 28 degrees Celsius. Carrying on to Mahikeng now, where it looks like the warm conditions continue from 12 up to 33 degrees. Klerksdorp, sunny skies all the way from 8 up until 33 or 32 degree maximum. Kimberley starts the day at 8 up to a max of 30, and Bloemfontein, very similar conditions from a very chilly a chilly 0 degrees up to a high of 29 degrees Celsius. Carrying on around the coast now and over to Richards Bay, and it looks like the sunny skies continue from 18 up to 31. Pietermaritzburg sees a chilly start of 13, but up to a nice warm 31 degrees. Durban, very similar conditions from 17 up to 26, and Mthatha, the sunny skies continue from 8 up to a nice warm 33 degrees Celsius. Carrying on around the coast, and it seems like the sunny skies do continue in East London from 15 up to a max of 24 degrees. Cradock sees a nice chilly 10 moving up to 31 for your max. GQ Gqeberha, very similar from 9 up to 21 degrees, and George 9 being your low up to a high of 21 degrees Celsius. Carrying on to the mother city now, the rain is at bay, but a little bit chillier conditions from 11 up to 17. Worcester brings the heat back from 13 up to 27. Sutherland starting the day at 12 up to a nice warm 24, but Uppington, I think these are the hottest temperatures of the day. From 13, you move up to 34 degrees Celsius. Well, we've seen what the temperatures are, but let's see what they actually look like. And that's the sunrise views that we get to see from you. And starting us off for this edition, one last time sending us into the weekend, Gavin. This one in Kraaifontein sharing a breathtaking photo of the rainbow, a rainbow full of promise and full of joy. I absolutely love it. We've got Lilith up next in Pinetown, looking up at the sparks of light. I mean, look at this, blasting through the clouds, pastel tones. Oh, it looks like a beautiful painting. We've got Poppy up next in KZN, walking on the beach, getting in her daily cardio, and cardio with some magic pink sky views too. A perfect combination. What a beautiful shot. Even the reflections of pink coming through on the ocean there, I love it. We've got Donovan up next in Robertson, sent this video, and it's a feeling of excitement for the day. Mother Nature joining as he just really shows it all off. I mean, look at that. Picturesque scenes, something like everything of the weekend. It's got the promise of joy, magic, and nature. I absolutely love it. Mzansi, you definitely won this round. Thank you so much. We'll do it all again next week, Monday, 063-408-8863. For now, though, all I can say is thank you. That was incredible.
Coming up in your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we got movies, but we also have Ant and Nibs right here alongside me. Together, we make a new group, Carl Ant Nibs. C-A-N, Can is our group. And we're about to play our song. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. You ready? Here we go. Beautiful. We're still working on the melody, but we'll be right back on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, Keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso Breakfast Show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While the Boks are battling for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 rands worth of Weber Prize. So engage and win with rugby's greatest moments, brought to you with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, the man of the hour is here, JP Sebastian in the building, and he comes with promise of not only movies, but the fact that he's going to talk slower so that we can all understand him. The challenge has been accepted. How you doing, bro?
You guys do not understand my struggle, guys. It's 5 minutes on live TV. It's a movie that took 4 months to film, 2 years to write, producing for like 2 months, and then 2 hours worth of movie that I watched. And JP's like,
somehow you have to summarize this
like a bullet
in no
train.
time.
And then also give an opinion. Okay, but luckily it's not too hard because I actually haven't seen these, and one of them I actually avoided.
All right, so talk to me about the first one, dude. My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
You can probably guess which one I avoided. No, whatever. I mean, like, look, there's some people who are die-hard fans of this who follow it the way they follow, say, Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
Starting fast already.
Wow.
And so, yeah, obviously set in Greece as well.
Yes.
It's all Greek to me, ha, ha, ha. I'm an idiot. And so Nia Vardalos returns. She's directing, actually, this time. I think she directed the last one, too, but...
She's come a long way, yeah.
Have you seen any of these?
I've seen the first one, yes.
Okay.
I remembered. I was a wee young lad when I did watch it, but for me, I can't remember the specific detail. I just remember a lot of comedy, a lot of fun, a lot of, like, enjoyment. Unless I'm mistaking it for something else.
You were very young. No, look, I'm joking. It was its own phenomenon, and it did its thing. Like I said, it formed a core of fans, I'm sure. But I wonder with these things, like, do you need a third? You think about all the wedding and the marriage movies that J-Lo has done, for example, and they're great as standalone little dingachis that they are. But, hey, I suppose if you can have 3 Greek people together for a third time, then, what's the word? Hopa, I suppose.
Hopa! You're sounding like we've skinned this cat too many times by the looks of it.
Man, like, there were like a bunch of clips that I could have chosen to show you, and none of them stood up to my standards of comedy. Yeah. Everyone has different tastes, though. Maybe this is one just for if you don't want to take your mom or your granny to see something that's too raunchy, like Girls' Night or anything like that. maybe
safe, sweet spot. You know, you're going to tick all the boxes.
I can suspect though that
got you.
having watched this young, this is probably the reason you avoid marriage to this day. No shade.
Wow.
I'm sure this movie is fine. It's just not my cup of. What do they drink? Raki?
I don't
not my
actually
cup of
know.
tea.
I don't know. What do they drink? That's a good question.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3 is out today. Like the acting style, guys. It's like if you had Jim Carrey dialed down to 25%. You want to see Jim Carrey at 100, but like everyone doing a Jim Carrey at 25. It's probably not that bad. I'm being a stick in the mud, and I'm probably just angry because I'm single. So My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. Look at that poster, by the way, Photoshop. Why is E.T. on there? Oh no, that's a human actress.
The shade is real at the moment. Also, why did they just like paint the line straight through? Could they not have used like some more After Effects there? I don't know.
Look at you getting fancy.
Us jumping on JP's
two boys with ponytails and pecs between us. Well, I've got peck. You've got maybe 4 pecks. I don't know. And you've got
Listen,
6
bro,
peck,
what you do have though on top of this is another movie for us, another movie to get hyped about. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Javan.
You just shouted, grunted, because that's what it deserves. You can see by the poster.
Jason Statham of like
Jason Statham is small fry. Jason Statham is slap chip compared to
really?
Shah Rukh Khan, who is also a phenomenon. Like if we have Schwarzenegger over here, Bollywood has been like, dudes, please watch Shah Rukh Khan. Please import him. He is very good. He is like, you know, action, meat and muscle, everything that you could desire out of a movie. That's, if you guys have been missing stuff like John Woo, you know, Face Off. I was just thinking about Face Off.
Oh, yeah.
the silly ponytail situation here. I look up to Rao. I'm sorry. I'm like 5 foot. He's 6. So Javan is Shah Rukh Khan at the front, and he plays 2 characters. He plays the bad guy, the bald guy you just saw.
Is that Shah Rukh Khan?
Yeah.
What? I didn't even recognize him. Okay. I was waiting for him to appear in the movie, and that's him the whole time.
Yes, doing his little gigs there. And he plays this terrorist jailer dude who has a special force of like 6 women who help him take a train hostage as terrorists and make demands of the special police force. And then obviously, who comes to save the day from Shah Rukh Khan? But who can take out Shah Rukh Khan but Shah Rukh Khan?
It's like only Chuck Norris can beat Chuck Norris. I see where they're going.
It's a huge quantum physical problem. But there is a cameo by Deepika Padukone. She has been very busy of late too. And I don't know if this director has had a lot behind it, but it really looks like great size. I think about movies that like Bollywood offers us, and you think about like Taken over here. We have a lot of action here that hits the spot, but nothing has been ambitious and large and as ridiculously outsized as Bollywood movies get.
Ridiculously outsized,
So if you're missing stuff like John Woo, if you're missing Face Off, Broken Arrow, Javan is out for you today. But what I wanted to do, guys, and I don't usually do this for the segment, is show you a little clip, because yesterday I was speaking about the effort that actors put into giving you entertainment. And just think about the size of the dancing set pieces of Bollywood movies. Think about like the organization of how you choreograph hundreds of people to do the same thing in a way that is entertaining and cogent to the narrative. So here's a look at behind the scenes of making a dance happen for the movie Javan, out today.
Bring it on.
धड़पन रंगारे धड़कन अंगारे तन मन गंगारे जिंदा बन जाओ
Sir, thanks for giving me lifetime moment.
अरे तन मन गंगारे जिंदा बन जाओ
Fantastic. Lovely working with Shah Rukh Khan.
झटपट झूमर घूमर जागर वाले बेरोतले धुआं चले
Darravathu nama eduthapulla.
When I turn now, I'll say Darravathu
Nama eduthapulla.
Nama eduthapulla. Dara agade nama eduthapulla. Yes.
Darravathu nama eduthapulla.
Wow. Oh, showbiz at its finest, man. Look at that.
And so you see why 160,000 of them are on strike in America, because it takes so much work and love to get these things right. The camera's all the way over there, JP. Yeah, I mean, hey, can we get Tom Cruise to do that in Mission Impossible? Do dances as well?
Ways.
We love them both. Shah Rukh Khan is obviously the equivalent. And so, hey, give Bollywood a chance once in a while. Go check it out.
Absolutely love it. JP Sebastian coming through all the goods, getting us ready for the weekend. Are these out this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, get hyped. Get it on your list. And, brother, thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
And now your next feature, something simple, something beautiful, something Afrocentric, but a bit of Euro folk, something amazing. Nibs van der Spey, as well as violinist and Corthan Blazeby is here just to make sure that you're entertained. And the thing is, Nibs, I know that you've been on a tour, right? I'm going to call it a tour of the Mother City. How has it been going? How have the performances been going?
Fantastic. We had our first performance last night at the Olympia Bakery. It was sold out, and it was fabulous. It was really awesome.
Did you say a bakery?
Yes.
That is so cool. Like to have a gig in a bakery. I mean, did you rise to the occasion? That's the question. I'm asking for a friend.
We did.
Yes, because you have to make the bread in the industry. It's important, right? I love that. That's fine. Did he take the cake, though? I just want to ask, though.
I took a couple of bites of it.
I figured, but it was your performance last night that I think was standout, according to reports, though. How did you enjoy your performance in the bakery?
I loved it. I loved it.
Love it.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing violin?
About 50 odd years.
Did you say 50 odd years?
Yes.
But you looked 48. How is that possible? Like, that's amazing.
I did a little bit of time traveling back then.
Oh, I love that. That is so cool. But you know what I'm enjoying is that there's something there's a trance that you put many people under when you play. It's like I want to sit on a blanket and I just want to listen to you guys. Is that what you are wanting your audiences to feel when they're listening to your music?
Well, you want to bring a positive message through the music, you know.
Right.
So I want people to feel something good or feel good. And yeah, we live in such a gloomy environment at the moment. It's just like a little bit of joy in people's lives, you know.
I love that, man. So with Taylor's that you're about to perform now, what do you want to say to us?
Enjoy.
Is that it?
Enjoy it.
So you're saying the song's
Celebrate life.
tailor-made for enjoyment?
Absolutely, yeah.
I am very, very excited. All right, so let's do this. This performance may contain scenes of nibs, and violence. Viewer discretion is not advised. I just felt like jumping in there, just like that. It felt good. Wow, that is fantastic. It really is. Nibs and Ant. Another performance coming from them, but that was Taylor's. If they got you in the mood for the weekend, that's what we are here for. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on S3. And don't forget the performances on YouTube as well. We're streaming all over the place. So just make sure you enjoy. That was wonderful. It really was.
Thank you.
That's great. You need to feel it, boys.
Can't see our feet. We're like Michael Flatley right now. Our feet are moving at about 1,000 miles an hour. No, they're not. Actually, that tired me out.
It is. That's a quad burner for sure, man. Look, that magic's going to continue. Obviously, we're plugging you to all the live action after this show. But this show is carrying on right now. And speaking of, Heritage Day is around the corner. So how do we celebrate? We're going to find out how.
And we could choose to celebrate by dance, and we've got the Champions Dance crew out of KZN. Champions, why? Because the Springboks are about to start the defence of their Rugby World Cup title. We are here for that, all of that, and more on the other side of this. We'll
Bring it on. Hey.
South Africans know tough. It's built into our DNA. We know how to outweather and outlast the harshest conditions. When the cracks start to show, we go the extra mile. Our strength is legendary. Our resilience, iconic. And despite the odds, we know what gets the job done. Mycotex, strong enough to endure anything.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's time to get the party started. Game is celebrating South Africa's rich and very diverse culture by going full South African this Heritage Month, and we are here for that. It's South Africa like you've never quite seen her before, Mzansi.
And for that, we have Vice President of Marketing at Game, Catherine Medley, and comedian Napster. They are here to talk more about this campaign and how you can share your proudly South African vibe to inspire a nation. Good morning.
Morning.
Thanks for dialing it back a notch, Napster. Thanks for just, we were looking for the muted tones.
I couldn't find anything to wear, so I was like,
Oh, it's perfect.
You gotta live it now, bro. You gotta live it now. I love Heritage Month because it's now. It's not the past, it's not the future, it's our lived experience right now. Maybe we need to update some of these stereotypes, update some of these South African cliches. But we still need to laugh at ourselves. It's the South African way, it's how we survive. So the campaign looks great. Before we take a look at a commercial that embodies that, what was the motivation here? What sparked this creative idea?
So, Graham, we've been building on Heritage Month for a few years at Game now. We really have, not only for our customers to get all the South African products that we have, but also to build the nation. It's a nation-building idea. We've got the Springboks playing, we've got Braai Day coming up, we've got Heritage Day. So there's a lot happening in our stores to celebrate that. And of course, it's spring, so it all just comes together, and we just need to be South African more than ever before at the moment.
I think the world is also looking for a bit more South African. I think the rest of the world wants to see a bit more SA.
Well, listen, how South African can South Africans be? Well, let's find out, because Game has a really cool advert that they're going to show us now.
South Africa needs to South Africa now more than ever before. Mabena, don't disappoint. In these dark times, we are at a crossroads. We need to bring the flavor. We are hungry for it. We need to dial up the culture. This Heritage Month, we are going full South African. And nothing is more South African than shopping at Game. Because Game's got you, and you've got Game.
Wow.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I think a lot of people are going, oh, that's just like me. Oh, that's my job. I'm going to do that. I love that notion because it speaks to all of us, regardless of where you fit into the bigger picture, representing and celebrating who you are as a South African. How would you encourage, because you guys have embraced this, and I can imagine your store owners are going to embrace it, every staff member is going to embrace it, because that's how you guys roll. How can we embrace being South African with Game this Heritage Month?
So, Graham, you've got such an exciting competition, and we really love partnering with the Expresso show because you help our customers engage. Our stores, the people are engaging on e-commerce, they're engaging, but it's about customers showing up as South African as they can be, and of course they get a chance to win when they do that.
Napster, seeing you being part of that ad, I mean, you're the circle around, well, everything's around you. What was that process like for you to be part of this
Well,
campaign?
I mean, I brought my own boots, so this is my real outfit. It was a very, very amazing experience. I think true to the fact that South Africa is a melting pot of diversity, right?
Yeah.
And just seeing some of those nuances, you know, that represent true South Africanness was such an amazing process. It was a long shoot, but an amazing shoot, and everything in there is real, you know. And it was just so exciting to see South Africans see themselves in the process. And I think that's what it's about, you know.
Completely, and I joke about it being a survival skill, but it is kind of how we've adapted to be able to deal with pretty much anything. But we are also giving South Africans an opportunity to feel proud about who we are, and we need that in a World Cup month. And when you want to be inspired, connecting with those stars does help a little bit. Are some of those stars going to be helping us feel a bit more South African? What's going to be going on in store? What kind of exciting opportunities await us?
Well, I mean, we often say that there's nothing more South African than game. And I mean, you touched on it earlier. I mean, us as South Africans, we constantly challenge, but our immunity idol is our sense of humour and our chies, as South Africans like to call it, and we're proud. We'll always be a proud nation, so we're very excited to have some former Springboks in our shop this month as well.
Catherine, where will all these activations take place on the 23rd of September?
So we've got 3 places. I wish there was more, but there's 3 places. The first one is in Menlyn, which is in Pretoria. And then we've got Gateway in Durban, in KZN, and then Canal Walk in the Western Cape. So we're excited to have some Springboks in, and we're also excited to do quite a lot of activation with the bras and all the South African things, because our products are great, Graham. They really are.
They are.
What amazing products.
So how do we engage? How do we connect with your team? And how do we win? What can we win?
Very simple. So myself and a lot of amazing influencers will be inviting South Africans to show us what makes them truly South African. As I've mentioned, whether it's something that you cook, whether it's a dance move, whether it's a traditional attire, listen, just bring out your South Africanness.
Just bring it, yeah.
Tag the game page. We're using the hashtag #GotGame, and you could stand a chance to win a 1,000 Rand voucher. Prizes will be happening throughout September until the 25th of September.
The fact that we can all win, well, you can all win a little bit extra with game,
Yeah.
just a nice added bonus. And of course, Expresso viewers, you guys have the exclusive chance of winning a 2,000 Rand shopping voucher. All you have to do is simply reply to the competition question on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or our Instagram pages and tell us this: how will you be going full South African this Heritage Month? And don't forget to hashtag #GotGame, and that competition closes Monday the 25th of September at midnight. It's going to go very quickly, and I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of entries for this one, but you can check the T's and C's, expressoshow.com.
And what are you waiting for? So share your proudly South African vibe with us to inspire a nation, and also make sure to mark your calendar for Saturday, the 23rd of September, where rugby legends, I'm talking about Bakkies Botha, will be in store at Game Menlyn in Johannesburg, along with Pat Lambie at Gateway in KwaZulu-Natal, and the man himself, Brayton Paulse, in store at Canal Walk, Cape Town. Don't miss the opportunity to go full South African with these rugby legends this Heritage Month with Game.
They can push your trolley around, hey? They can just push your second trolley around, so you can get all the deals. I love it. Kath Napster, thank you so much for being a part of something that is so beautifully and proudly South African. We love you guys.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Siyabonga. Bye, thank you.
What are we going to do now?
Oh, I don't know, bro, but I'm really struggling with sleep right now.
Are you?
I'm circling with sleep, bro. I'm trying to get into this bed. I'm trying to get comfortable. It's not working, man.
Hold on, there's something in my back here.
You all right?
Oh, it's whipped cream.
What's that for?
I don't know. Apparently, Ralph's going to do something with whipped cream in a bed later. So you better stay right there on your Feel Good Breakfast show. That's going to be great. So yeah, let's go for it.
Is this happening?
Fantastic.
What's going
and then,
on?
of course, that's
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
And then, of course, we're going to guess the price of some items on your Feel Good Breakfast show. So make sure you stay right there. We are the cream of the crop when it comes to breakfast TV shows.
I just wanted to sleep better, bro. I just wanted to sleep better.
I know.
What?
That's quite nice.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. While you sit there wondering how much a can of whipped cream costs for another reality check in our game, guess the price. Boy, well, that might come with a price tag you might not be ready to pay. Today we are shopping in the cleaning aisle because we need to clean up after that. So let's see who knows their prices. And we've worked on rough averages, okay? So please don't hold us to it. Things might change. Don't go there to the store and say, I demand a price like this. But you guys are generally like on it, okay? And you shop differently, okay? You shop as a young man shops without kids.
How does he shop
like a man with kids.
That's correct.
So two for the price of one kind of vibe. So let's start with something that most of us need in our house, Domestos multi-purpose bleach, the 750 ml.
750?
750 will. I'm going to go 35.99.
Yeah, I was like a 45.
35 plays 45. Let's see.
I'll tell you why. Because I bought it recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, I liked it. He's got insider info, 39.99.
I got a good deal.
You got a good deal. Did you buy 5?
I bought 8.
You bought 8. There we go. I love that. Handy Andy.
Oh, another essential.
Well. So they're generic versions of, which might throw you off. Okay, this is the OG.
52.99.
52 for ammonia.
I was going to go another like a 49.99, bro. Definitely less than 50. I think that's essential.
Let's see.
Let's check it out.
Ooh. You see now, guys.
You see, that's where they caught me with the Domestos.
versus
the Handy
And then they charged you 15 rand extra.
Yo, come on.
All right. Let's see who's been polishing the wood. Mr. Min Wood Polish, 300.
Oh, this is a tricky one. I'm going to go with 55 rand. 55 on the dot.
48.99.
You strike me as someone who is...
Who's polished wood? Sorry?
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. 49.99.
On the money.
Nicely done, bro. That's your name from now on, my friend.
Exactly. Now we know he has wood.
Okay, but now we need to see into the house, and we need some window lean.
I got you.
750.
Ooh, window lean was pretty chilled the other day. It was like 31 rand.
I'm going to go... I was actually going to go 32.99.
Like it's a liter
Yes,
of
You had no idea until I answered.
I promised 32.99.
No idea until I
I was going to go look...
That's very particular.
49.99.
Sure.
Okay. Windows must be clean, guys.
Small one.
Okay, let's start doing a little bit of laundry because there's a lot of dirty laundry in this studio as well. Stay Soft Fabric Softener, the 2-liter, the big guy.
The big guy. Ooh, the big guy's probably like...
I don't know, maybe you get a 5-liter. I don't know. I don't shop.
I think the big guy's like $95, man.
I think it's more expensive than I think it is. I have a feeling, yeah?
So that was, I think that is a 65 rand.
No ways. Never that cheap.
Quite a lot, eh?
Never that
You
cheap.
must 70.
Ooh, okay,
See, I'm close-ish.
Close-ish.
Right?
Yes, you must want to feel the softness.
I do.
Okay, let's bring it down to the base here. Bottle of Jick. Everyone needs a bottle of Jick. Some bleach, okay? And it's the 2-liter, so it's the big guy.
I'm gonna...
Surely that's...
Last time I got this was when I tried to dye my hair. I can't remember.
Dude, that was December holidays.
How did that turn out, bro?
I got shaved off.
I'm going to go maybe 25.
I was thinking like a 35 rand, 35.
I'm going to just put one out, say 24.
Okay.
35.
42.
Wow.
Maybe I'm thinking of the small bottle. I'm thinking of the small
Me
bottle.
too.
Wow. Okay, one left. Sunlight Liquid, the 750 ml. And again, this is the OG, not the generic version of.
$50.
50.
49.99.
55, bro. It's a premium product, man. Come on.
Yes, you've moved to a different area.
Wow.
7.99, bro.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, my ear's charging
back
me.
over the railway, brother. You're living on the wrong side of town. Interesting stuff, quite sobering.
Very much so,
everything
yeah.
has felt the pinch. Everything has gone up in price.
Very true.
And hopefully this kind of gives you a bit of a roadmap to do yourself. It serves as just a reminder to keep an eye on the products we use on a regular basis. Those little increments over time add up. And shopping in bulk like Carl and using in-store promos is one way to save. And you can try another avenue. The Nedbank MyGoals account is incredible. You got cash back on all groceries, no matter where you shop or what you buy. To find out more about the qualifying retailers and how you can sign up and capitalize, and there's a whole range of other amazing and little incentives there, you can visit the Nedbank Money app, which is a great place to start.
This MyGoals Plus account gives you cash back on groceries and 25 cents back per litre at BP. That's lit.
Lit in 2023.
Yes, Mzansi, keeping all the good conversation just for you. And let's talk about one that we all need more of, and that's sleep. Yes, we live in such a stressful time where everything is moving at such a rapid pace, and we are constantly required to perform at our best. Yet, a lot of us are not getting enough quality sleep, which impacts the quality of our lives. So we brought in the big guns. We've got behavioral strategist Joni Petty here. She's going to be discussing quality sleep and share some of the tips on how to achieve what we desire most: beauty sleep. Oh, Joni, bring it through. How are you doing this morning?
Rao, are you looking for beauty sleep?
I think we all are. I think anybody that works in the show needs more of that because it always gets compromised. So how do we do it? And firstly, why is sleep so important, especially when it comes to our health?
It's actually not important, Rao. It is crucial.
It's essential.
It's absolutely essential.
Yeah?
So this little organ between your ears really needs 7 to 9 hours per night. Are you getting that?
Do I have to answer honestly?
Okay, we're not going to honestly.
Not close.
But really, the domino effect is bad. Okay?
Yeah.
So you wake up tomorrow morning. Tonight's a big night. Okay, rugby. We'll have a few jabulis.
Jabuli, yeah. Get
that will
fizzy.
affect our sleep. But tomorrow you'll feel groggy. You'll snap at your partner maybe. Even your driving will be affected. And then, of course, that short-term stuff. The longer-term stuff, this is serious.
Okay.
Insufficient sleep. Diabetes.
Whoa.
Yeah, heart attacks.
Whoa, okay.
Obesity, getting a bit chunkier.
Yeah.
Cancer, Parkinson's. It's inextricably linked to cancer.
Hectic.
So we've got to worry about this stuff. This is important stuff.
So we can definitely say that there is some sort of a correlation between sleep, our well-being, and potentially evading certain issues and diseases like this, right?
Yes, yeah.
This is big stuff.
That's researched. So the neuroscience, if you're sleeping 1 minute less than 7 hours per night, longer term, you will get some form of cancer or diabetes or Parkinson's disease.
Wow.
That's really bad.
So if that's not enough incentive for you right now, Mzansi, then clearly you need to get involved in this conversation and make sure that you're getting your good hours of sleep and a good quality. On top of just the time that we're sleeping, is there anything else that we should be like weighing into account before we even get into bed? Like things like, let's say, food, nutrition, liquids. Does that have any impact on the quality of sleep that we have?
I say a good night's sleep actually starts from the minute you wake up. So
Okay.
you've got to think about what you're consuming.
Yeah.
I, for instance, do not have, wait for it, tea, coffee, or green tea after 1 o'clock in the day.
Because otherwise you still got that energy and the impact from that caffeine.
Tea or coffee or Rao, even soft drinks are in your body for that caffeine for 8 hours after you've had it. So you won't get the deep stage 4 sleep. So there's 2 parts. There's the 7 to 9 hours, and then there's the deep stage 4 sleep.
And that's
that cleans out stuff in your brain.
That's where we recover. That's where we get the real good quality.
The rejuvenation, waking up feeling restored and ready to go, and fantastic.
All right.
So you've got to worry about that. Spicy food at night, heavy meals, and also don't eat in your bed. In fact, your bedroom is for 3 things. Guess what they are? Yes.
Should I say this on TV? I don't know if I should be answering this question. What are the 3 things?
So for sleep, of course. For reading a book. And for intimacy, sex.
Of course. I love that. Now, there's this crazy thing. I also had this like sort of rule that I've been trying to implement. It's like a 3-2-1 rule. So I think it's like 3 hours before bed, don't eat anything solid. 2 hours before bed, don't consume any liquid. And then an hour before bed, don't have any screen time.
Wow.
It's something that someone recommended to me. Something I want to try. Bed 5s. Now, lastly, before we go, though, because I think you've given us every reason to have to get sleep, like you mentioned. It's imperative. What are some of the tips that you can maybe share with us to make sure that we are getting that good quality of sleep in any way that we can ensure that we get those 7-8 hours minimum requirement? What do you have for us? Let's serve them, Mzansi, right now and make this practical.
So, Rao, your 3-2-1 works. The bedding is also really important.
Okay.
So you want a cool, dark bedroom. So it really should be dark. If you don't have block-out curtains, wear a mask.
So with that being said, don't have any lights on as well?
No.
In the room?
No. Well, your bedside lights, but low.
Okay.
You could put red globes. The red light district works, okay? Otherwise, wear blue blockers.
Yeah.
And then have good bedding. You know, our skin is our biggest organ. So you slip into bed, good cotton sheets, you know, those are comfortable, they're luxurious. And our body temperature changes during the night.
Yeah.
So actually you want breathable, soft, luxurious bedding. Really does work. Yeah. But that 3-2-1 works. And seriously, no eating in bed, no working on your computer in bed. The bedroom should be only for those three things. So we've got to really attune our brain to this is the place for good quality sleep to wake up feeling fantastic.
Yeah, honestly, and now a new reason for where we say magic happens, and the real magic is the recovery and the sleep and the good stuff. Yes. So thank you so much for coming through, for giving us every reason to get this on our list of things that we must have. So beautiful bedding is obviously nice to have, but quality sleep is a must, as you've just heard. So it's time for you to enjoy the best of both worlds, and that's something you can do with Woolworths, and that's their range of 100% cotton bedding. So you can shop it in store, online, and of course on the Woolies app. What are you waiting for? Get that quality sleep in right now.
Get good sleep, very important. But don't sleep on your feel-good breakfast show, because coming up, we have the Champions Dance Crew in KZN entertaining you and taking you into the weekend. So get ready to move the coffee table in the next couple of minutes.
Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso breakfast show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While the Boks are battling for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 rands worth of Weber Braais. So engage and win with rugby's greatest moments, brought to you with love by Clover.
Welcome back, man. We've done it all. We've laughed, we've danced, we've almost slept. It's been
Almost. That was really cool, though, and I'm really going to get my hours in, and I hope you do too. But before we get our hours in, before we sleep, there's something more important to do, and that's wake up right now.
Exactly. The coffee table will need to be moved to this particular point because we have the champions. They're dance crew from KZN. We've had them on before, but we had to have them back because they were that good. They are incredible, and you will see. You've got to try to do their moves, but it'll be tough.
We'll break our backs, man.
But it's okay. Let's break our backs together. It's a feel-good breakfast show. Here go the Friday Dance, the champions!
Come on, baby. They're amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm there for that style, and there is no way on earth I'm going to emulate any of those moves, okay? I need my body. I've got 8 weeks to survive, guys. 8 weeks of Rugby World Cup action. We've got to be there till the end. Why? Because the Springboks will be there till the end. So I'm gonna open up this.
Oh, yeah, let's get it going. Let's get it.
I'm going to go bougie.
I can't. Come on.
I go bougie.
There we go, love. Here we go.
Was it okay for you? Are you sure?
It's okay. Almost humbled there. Guys, thank you for an incredible show, Zanzi. Thank you for joining us. Nothing but the best for your weekend. Enjoy that thing called life inside you and celebrate all the infinite potential that you have.
And of course, enjoy the start of the Rugby World Cup. I know we are all far too emotionally invested to the Bokke. Indeed, they play against Scotland 6:15 in the evening SA time on Sunday. But of course, the whole bang shoot starts today, just after 9 o'clock, with France up against the All Blacks. It's going to be epic, and we'd love to see how you are showing your yes, how you are living your heritage. So we want to see every kind of picture and video possible this weekend, please.
Have a lovely one.
Have a beautiful one. Go,
love you.
Come on!
Another feel-good production.
Check 1, 2, yeah.
Maiden of the River.
Oh, welcome back, you beauties. I know we've only been gone for like a split second, but we are now live on YouTube, Facebook, because we have to savor every second we can, having Ant and Nibs in our studio playing. You've matched the soundtrack to the energy of this craziness today, so thank you so much for being that. Must have felt like stepping into a room with a bunch of crazy people, but that's kind of the vibe before the start of a Rugby World Cup. We are feeling the emotions at the moment. You guys are going to be performing today and tomorrow at the Alma Cafe, Rosebank, Friday the 8th and tomorrow the 9th of September. Bookings at almacafe.co.za. We love it. Pre-bookings only, so don't just rock up and think that you're going to get in there. I mean, this weekend's going to be buzzing wherever. How do you guys build, because there's so much organic flavor going on here. It just feels like this is how you exist. And then you just let it out every once in a while for people to see. It's not like you plan a curated song list, or how do you go about preparing for a performance like tonight? What goes into that?
Well, we've got our songs old and new, and it's just like every night is going to be different because there's so much improvisation in what we do as well. You've got this almost like a jazz musician.
I was going to say, it feels like that. And how do you communicate with each other? Is it in the eyes? Are you so connected? Is the chemistry just natural? And who screws up more?
Well, it's turning those screw-ups into positives.
Into those magical moments, man.
Yeah. No, there is. We've got that ESP, like that. We kind of can read each other's minds through the music somehow. It's a weird thing. It's hard to explain in weird
words. It's also about listening and feeling and just being in that moment. That's where the power is, just the power of being in the moment.
In the moment, and that's it, and you stretch that out.
And it's not just about us, it's about the audience too. The audience create the energy we in as well.
I hadn't actually thought about it, because with this kind of music as well, it was grown out of a shared enjoyment and experience of the music. It's not the kind of music that you listen to. It's the kind of music that you experience, you feel, you move, you dance. It's intergenerational. I love the fact that you're connecting. So what's the vibe tonight? What can people expect when they come and see you guys perform?
Well, the Alma's a very intimate venue, so it's going to be, old tunes, new tunes, and it's variety. Ant does his jigs, his Irish stuff. I'm promoting my new album, Maiden of the River, which Ant plays on. So it's going to be a mixture of stuff,
I love it. And we got a bit of background on Maiden of the River, and it gave me some wonderful insights into you and your journey through that process. But for the uninitiated, what is the song about? You're going to be performing it right now. What informs?
It's kind of about Mother Nature healing itself in a crazy time we're living in, you know? Pretty much that Mother Nature, that raw, unbounded energy, you know?
And we're heading back to that, the rainforests, 45% decrease in deforestation this last year because of one man becoming president of one country. We've seen that. The time has come. Mother Nature is putting her hand up. Either we read the warning signs and follow, or we will taste those repercussions. But I love the fact that you guys bring this kind of energy every time you come. And you always act so surprised when everyone's so nice to you and treats you like a superstar. And so never lose that humility. It's absolutely beautiful, dude. But you've paid your dues. You've earned the right to revel in enjoying the music right now. So I want you to please do that. We want to see the chemistry. You can mess up as many times as you like, because we know that's where the magic actually happens. But an absolute joy to have both of them in studio, live on air and live now on YouTube and Facebook. Just for you, it's Maiden of the River. Take it away.
Coming from the beginning, Ed.
My maiden of the river, my maiden of the sea. On summer nights I watched her sailing with her white sails in the breeze. On a rock I sat there gazing. She was a truth that set me free. park I sat there gazing to where the blue would meet the green. She was a lover of my sunsets, the keeper of my dreams, my strength in shallow water, my protector of the deep. One night as I lay sleeping, there were storm clouds on the sea. She was swallowed by a tempest, a broken boat and shattered dreams. In the word they speak of trouble, darkened days of bitter grief. But in the scene there lies a promise for every soul that would take heed. And my maiden of the river,
beautiful. Thank you, gentlemen. Didn't pick up one mess up, not one mistake in that. No, that was absolutely gorgeous. And that flow, it's just magical. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. If you want to plug into that, make sure you head to bookings at almacafe.co.za. Tickets just $200, but you're going to need to pre-book. Otherwise, you're not going to get a place. I'll tell you that much. And they can perform tonight and tomorrow, and you'll get this and a whole lot more. It's a singular performance when you get to see these guys perform live every night, every day. Every song is different. We're so grateful. Thanks
for having me.
Absolutely
really
love having you here. And yeah, hopefully this sets the tone for the Rugby World Cup. Lest we forget, it kicks off tonight. The Springboks in action on Sunday. So enjoy all of the cheers. Don't forget to post as many pictures, videos, that Bork love. We want to see it. It is a Bork Friday, and we will see you bright and early to do a bit of a recap on Monday morning. But from everyone involved in this amazing show, thank you so much for being the magic on your side of the lens. We love you guys. Stay safe this weekend and enjoy the rugby. Adios, muchachos. We're out.